1 second. All right, first and foremost, we give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bashimi Al-Shai. That's all praises to the Most High. His name is only begotten Son. We're the Hebrew Israelites out in San Francisco, Sakari. Here to preach the downfall of wicked America, which is Babylon the Great in the Bible, and preach deliverance to the blacks, Hispanics, Native Americans, who are the Israelites according to the Bible. So this brother, you say he's from Czechoslovakia, right?
Yeah.
You believe in the Bible?
Yeah.
You go to church?
Yeah, sometimes.
What is your core belief? Or what?
God.
God? You believe in Jesus?
Jesus was just a prophet that we are dying through crucifixion. But he's not forgiving for sin. God is for forgiving, not Jesus.
Wait
What about Noah? In fact, God...
you change the subjects now.
No, I'm asking... Oh, okay. Okay, what happened to Noah? He was committing God. He said, build boat, we kill all of hers. So it means, what happened to those souls?
What souls? They got regenerated.
Means what generated?
Noah and his 3 sons and their wives repopulated the earth.
But what about those dead people?
They got regenerated.
Means new bodies or what?
Get Genesis 10.
New bodies?
Of course. How you think the earth got repopulated? You believe in the Bible, don't you?
Yes, but listen, if you die, means your soul goes to the different body?
You believe in heaven and hell? Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Well, that's not true. That's not in the Bible. There's no hell in the Bible. That's Greek mythology.
So it's not hell.
There's no such thing as a eternal hell. No, that's not in the Bible.
So means each billion. Billion people will die. All soul goes to heaven. Yes.
No. We're gonna read it. There's no such thing as an eternal heaven and eternal hell. So that means everybody that died in the past is in heaven or hell right now. Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Isn't there something called Judgment Day?
Yes.
So what happens to those souls that's already in hell? They already got judged?
They wait for God's side when to forgive them.
So you can go to hell and go to heaven at the end of the day? What are you talking about? That's crazy.
No.
How? How does that work?
Listen.
Hey, you know my homie Ronnie?
Nah.
He's a what you call it? Where did he go, man?
I don't recognize that name.
Ronnie, man, what's his last
He in a camp or something?
Nah, he got a job, man. He works for
He from out here?
He's from out here.
Yeah, I'm from Sac though, so I don't know.
Oh, you from Sac?
Yeah, I'm from Sac. I just come out here to teach my brother.
Oh,
so
okay.
I'm not familiar with them.
He got a they got a spot out here. I ain't never been. It's on 3rd Street.
Oh, those little brothers. I know who you're talking about. Those little brothers, the ISOC brothers.
Oh, okay.
Oh, what is it? Oh, okay.
This is a different camp, but obviously one of them came out here a while ago.
Oh, you guys are here all the time?
Every Saturday. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay.
Yeah. So you're familiar?
The racket come from China or from Russia?
Where you at? 3. Yeah. Started at 12.
Afro-American.
Do you see those storms in the U.S.?
Started 10.
What?
Storm, tornadoes, storms.
You know, people.
Yeah, well, actually, want to go like
Let's say that
well, actually,
you get many meanings from one sentence.
you know where it says the wicked sin something. So basically all go to the same place. But read
People
out
say
10 all the way down.
nature.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're gonna read about
It's all God.
Oh yeah, you're a Christian.
heaven or hell supposedly.
Job 3 and 10. Because it shut not up the doors of my mother's womb.
This is Job going through affliction. You familiar with the story of Job?
Yeah, I heard.
Where the Most High basically told Satan to afflict him to test his faith. So this is Job talking about his affliction. Go ahead.
Nor hid sorrow from mine eyes.
Uh-huh.
Why
Oh, I
died
see you got the beads too.
I not from the womb?
Why didn't I die from the womb? Why didn't I die instead of suffering this affliction? That's what he's talking about. Go ahead.
Why did I not give up the ghost when I came out of the belly?
Exactly. So why am I even going through this? Why didn't it die from the beginning of birth? Go ahead.
Why did the knees prevent me? Or why the breast that I should suffer? For now should I have lain still and been quiet.
It looks almost
I should have slept.
I should have slept.
you know what I'm talking about, like that.
That's what it's talking about. You got rest. Someone putting somebody at rest, right? That's the term he's using. I should have slept. I should have been at rest. Go ahead.
Then had I been at rest
It looks
with
more like
kings and counselors of the earth, which built desolate places for themselves,
Exactly. Go ahead.
or with princes that had gold, who filled their houses with silver, or as in hidden untimely birth I had not been, as infants which never saw light.
Go ahead.
There the wicked cease from troubling.
There, the wicked cease from troubling. So where do you go to rest? Where's your soul go to rest? In the spirit world, right? Yes, that's what he's talking about. There, the wicked cease from troubling. Read.
And there the weary be at rest.
Go ahead.
There the prisoners rest together.
Go ahead.
They hear not the voice of the oppressor.
Exactly, sir. Go ahead. Keep going.
Come on. Verse 19. The small and great are there,
Small and greater there. Read.
and the servant is free from his master. Wherefore is light given to him that is in misery,
Go ahead.
and life unto the bitter in soul,
Keep reading.
which long for death,
They long for death, but they're being afflicted. Go ahead.
but it cometh not,
It doesn't come. Go ahead.
and dig for it more than for hid treasures.
Yeah. Where does it say?
Bakit? Teka. Mag-usap tayo. Bakit? Meron ka na ba pinagmamalaki?
What's that? Ecclesiastes 3. That wasn't actually. It was good, but what Ecclesiastes 3?
So means the Jesus, the Antichrist, is coming, yes? Person.
There's many antichrists.
Many.
Yeah. It says whoever denies Jesus Christ came in the flesh is an antichrist. That's what it says in the Bible.
So even if you believe God, you are an Antichrist. Yes?
If you don't believe in God and Jesus, you're an antichrist. If you don't believe in Christ.
Okay. Explain me. There was Noah. There was Moses before Jesus. What happened to those people that died? Moses, he died and he didn't know about Christ.
Well, like I said, if you understand the Bible is all about the Israelites. Familiar with that? God shows some people the Israelites.
So means Moses after that will be aside because
His soul's in the spirit world. That's what we just read.
Yeah.
The small and greater there, the wicked are there, all that. They're in the spirit world resting. Most souls get regenerated, like Elijah. You familiar with the story of Elijah and John the Baptist?
no.
Get, you want to say Matthew 11 or 9? Actually, no, let me look at it first. I thought you knew the Bible.
I read a little bit, here, just a little bit here, a little bit here.
Yeah, you don't have understanding though. You believe in Roman Catholicism. You believe in Roman Catholicism?
Orthadox, which is pretty much.
What denomination do you take heed to as far as biblical doctrine? What denomination? Are you Baptist? Are you Christian? Are you Presbyterian? Roman Catholic?
No, I am Eastern Orthodox Russians,
Yeah, so what do they believe?
They believe God.
I know.
And
But you believe in heaven and hell, right? Yeah. That's not in the Bible. So we don't read it though.
Malachi 4 and 5. Malachi 4 and 4. Remember ye the law of Moses, my servant, which I commanded unto him in Horeb, for all Israel with statutes and judgments. Behold, I will send you Elijah the prophet.
I'm going to send Elijah the prophet. So Elijah's already passed away at this point. Elijah was in like the
off before the coming of the great and dreadful day of the Most High. And he shall turn the heart of the fathers to the children, and the heart of the children to their fathers, lest I come and smite the earth with the curse.
Exactly. So that's talking about the Israelites were going to lose their heritage. That's why you think those white Jews in Israel are real Jews, right? Those aren't the real Jews. Because the prophecy said Israelites will go into slavery. They disobey God. Those aren't the children of God. First of all, out of all those countries around Israel, those are the only white people. Like, how does that work? Africa, Israel is in Northeast Africa. These Africans are black people, right? How do white people get slaves?
They mixed.
No, they didn't. They stole that money. That's why they staged the Holocaust. That's what I'm telling you. The Holocaust didn't happen. 6 million people didn't die. That's what we're telling you right now. If you look it up, you can look it up right now. It says the Red Cross was writing about the Holocaust before it even happened. So how does that work? They lied. 1948. You know about 1948? The Balfour Declaration? Have you heard of that?
No.
Where they bought, it's called the State of Israel now. Why is it the State of Israel when Israel is a country? Why is it called the State of Israel? That's a question. Why is Israel called the State of Israel?
What was police before?
It was Israel. It's not a state, it's a country. Why is it called the State of Israel? Because they bought it. And America's backing it. It's like there's 50 states, Israel's a state. That's why they're bombing those Palestinians, because the Palestinians know those aren't the real Jews. But
I was fucking marvelous.
Matthew 11. Yeah.
So the picture is what's showing now.
That season boys here. Oh yeah, well USSR, North Korea, Iran, yeah, China. There's a prophecy in the Bible that America's going to be destroyed by thermonuclear fire in the last days.
But
So-
why if God knows the future, why this is happening?
What do you mean why is it happening? Because he ordained it. Because there's wicked people running the earth. Europeans like yourself. You believe in Illuminati?
Yeah.
Freemasons?
But why those countries are strong?
God made them strong. So that's the only way to think about America. You realize America is in almost every country on military bases, right? What countries in America with a military base? None. There's no other country that has a military base in American provinces. Puerto Rico, Guam, Cuba. There's no other military bases in those countries. Only America. Why does America get to go around the earth, conquer different places, go to the Middle East, slaughter all those people, and then nobody has anything to say about it? Of course. But why is nobody else doing what America's doing?
Because they have luck.
They have what?
Luck, like Hitler. He was luck. He was Czechoslovakia, Poland, Russia, Europe. He was in Africa. He was everywhere.
Hitler wasn't slaughtering everybody in Africa, though.
Well, he was war with the military.
You know what he did? He refused that World Bank, the IMF bank. You know about that?
No, I hear something. Yeah.
IMF, that's what Russia did too. You know the global elites have a IMF bank, what's it called, International Monetary Fund, where they put people in debt because they're printing money that's not backed by gold. You know about that?
Yeah.
The IMF banks are in every country except for North Korea, Russia, Iran, and China. Actually, I think it might be in China. But that's why they're going to war with all these countries. Syria, you know what happened to Gaddafi, right? They said they was killing his own people. But that wasn't true. Because he was trying to he was trying to get rid of the dollar and back it by gold, because Africa has all the resources of the earth. Out of all the continents, Africa has all the resources they need. If they didn't want anybody to come in their borders, everybody else would starve, because gold, oil, coltan, all that stuff is in Africa.
Yeah.
So Gaddafi's not an African, but he was ruling that country at the
He
time.
was helping African people.
Of course. And then America didn't want that. Yeah,
They kill him.
Exactly.
And same way Hussein.
Well, yeah. I mean, that was kind of like, they lied on him too, but
Listen, they helped 1978 General Donald Roosevelt, the general. He was still general when he 2003 invaded. He helped him to kill Kurdish.
Yeah.
Because there is oil, and Kurdish 1976, 77, they fight with the Iraqi. They wanted independence.
of course.
And America said, no, you are our friend. They gave Saddam Hussein weapons to kill Kurdish. In 2003, when they invaded, they said, the Donald Roosevelt, the general, says, and Bush, He killed Kurdi. But
Because they put dictators in power in different countries. All in Central and South America, America programs these certain dictators to do their bidding. So people that look like let's just say I'm in Colombia.
Yeah.
I'm a Colombian, but America's paying to do their bidding, to pass laws in America's favor.
Yes.
That's why they can build military bases there, control the population, money. You know what's happening in Venezuela right now? You know there's like 1,000% inflation rate?
And they have the third largest oil, but the all oil goes to US.
Of course.
And they pay government money.
Yeah. That's what the Illuminati and Freemasonry all about.
And people that screw up.
Of course. So that's why America has to be destroyed by thermonuclear weapons.
That's right.
Because they're not going to invade America. They're just going to send nukes over. You heard about the Satan II bomb that Russia got?
Yeah.
You heard about that?
No.
The Satan II. It's called the Satan II nuclear weapon.
Yeah.
And then he has, what's it called? The submarine missiles that Putin's building. And you heard about the new thing he brought out with like last month, right? The missiles that can travel like 6 times the speed of sound. That's all coming to America.
And Russians, they have, America has two. There's nuclear weapons. You can drop it, and after 24 hours, you can go in, and there's no radiation.
Yeah,
Russia has that?
Yeah, they do. It's like, and there's other ones that don't even destroy buildings, man. Just kill people.
Just kill people. Just in 24 hours, you can go in, and people dead. But you are okay.
You got like a release mechanism or something?
Yeah.
They're like, they got some laws. They got 30 bombs.
Yeah, America has to be destroyed. Do you believe that?
Right.
Are you going to stay in America?
Well, if listen, I am from Czechoslovakia.
I know.
Okay,
How long have you been in America?
14 years.
What made you move here?
I came here like study,
School?
and of course, if you study, spending money, then you apply for green card.
Yeah.
They give it to you because
course.
you spend money here. You know, I spend my money for school. You know, like $50,000.
What do you do?
I am a maintenance engineer.
What is it?
Maintenance engineer.
What is that?
I work in the Hilton Hotel.
Oh, maintenance. Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
I fix electricity, plumbing, you know,
Oh, okay.
air conditioning, you know.
Okay,
yeah.
okay. Get
So means the empire of British and US is so high that they can pull out from those countries. They do occupation of minerals.
So yeah, we're gonna read about nuclear weapons in the Bible. But you know the prophets, they were getting visions from the Most High, right?
Yeah.
So they couldn't describe it how we're describing it today. But this was written over 2,000, 3,000 years ago.
So God knows 2,000 or 3,000 years ago what will happen in the future.
Of course, He created everything. You believe that, right?
Yes.
So why wouldn't He know what's gonna happen?
But why this happens?
Because it's wickedness on the earth, and we're supposed to be in rulership. The Israelites are supposed to be ruling the earth, like King David, King Solomon. We're supposed to be in rulership because we have the laws of God. You know about the laws of God, right?
Yeah.
The laws of Moses. That's supposed to be the governing body of the whole world. So once America is destroyed, Russia's going to try to come up and be the world power. But that's not going to work because who they call Jesus Christ, not this guy, who the world called Jesus Christ, is going to come and destroy the Russians. We can read about that if we have time.
Right.
And it's all prophecy. Because the Most High is going to deal with the nation of Israel as far as prophets to speak the words of God.
So when do you think America will be destroyed?
I can't call it. I don't know the exact time. But we're hearing about it on the news, right? World War III and all the commotion over here in Russia and China. They're dropping the dollar. So there's order to prophecy, but let's read about the missiles real quick.
Isaiah 54 and 16. Behold, I have created the smith.
The smith. What's the smith? A smith. You know, like in the old, like a weaponsmith, like you put the sword in the pot, and you mold it.
All right.
You mold it, yeah. So that's what he's comparing it to. Like you put it in the water to mold it and hold the seal, or you pour like gold into a certain mold, sit it in the water and it molds into that shape. That's what he's talking about. But go ahead.
Behold, I have created the smith that bloweth the coals in the fire,
Blow up the coals in the fire. Read.
and that bringeth forth an instrument for his work.
The instrument for his work. What's the Lord's work? It's going to be destroying America. Go ahead.
And I have created the bastard to destroy, the waster to destroy.
The waster to destroy. What's the worst place? What's the worst type of weapon to waste a bomb? You heard about the bomb they dropped in Japan, right? Back in the 40s?
Yeah.
It's going to be worse than that because it's going to be a nuclear weapon. You already told me that Russia has nuclear weapons, so that's what they're going to use. America's going to be wiped out with thermonuclear fire. Forget Isaiah 7. Is that it?
Verse 17. No weapon is formed. No weapon that is formed against thee shall be.
Well, that's talking about it. Forget Isaiah 7, actually. No. I want you to do the second there.
So means if America will be destroyed, they cannot. The Venezuela will be free. They cannot give. They be free because all oil from Venezuela goes to America.
Brazil.
Brazil. So means if America will pull up like a Roman Empire or Germany, means those countries will be free of
American dictatorship. Of course. But you know, America was born in Rome, right? Yeah. That's why you go to Washington, D.C., where do they have like the Roman buildings like this? Yeah. All the presidents and all the democratic stuff, that all comes from ancient Rome and Greece. So America, obviously those are Europeans. There were no Europeans in America. Where'd they come from? They came from Europe. So they're brothers and sisters. Those are your brothers. America's, even though you might speak a certain dialect of English or a different language in Europe, those are still your relatives. You believe that?
Yeah.
You believe Donald Trump's your relative?
Well, he married Czech woman. First
wife. You're right. Yeah, you're right. Exactly.
And she was a ski.
Yeah, she was a model.
Yeah.
So, do you think Donald Trump deserves to be president?
Well, do you know why 8 years was was chief of all California Schweitzer?
Oh, Arnold? Well, he was a pawn. He was a puppy.
Listen, they were thinking he's European, powerful, movie star,
Yeah.
So they put him in power. But same with Trump. He's billionaire, so people thinking, oh, he's billionaire, he make good.
Mission 2. Very flat.
Slow. Yeah, Arnold Schwarzenegger was just a puppet. He did nothing to help nobody.
I know, but they put him because they were thinking he's movie star, successful, actor, from muscles, Same with Trump. But why they put him in power? Because you know why? Because he has money. You know that.
Yeah, definitely.
But now he doesn't have money in the capital. You understand? They cannot build the wall. Why do you think people are coming here? Because South America is a rip-off.
Well, like I said, it's being run by people that are dictators in the U.S.
Yeah, and there is nothing left. There is people that are dying, killing each other, robbery because it's...
Well, yeah, it's unruly, but if they had their own, if the laws of God govern the world, that wouldn't happen. Because the laws of God are perfect and righteous. You believe that? I know you don't keep the laws. Because it's not for you, first and foremost. But once the second coming, once not him, a black Christ, there's a black Messiah coming.
Or black Messiah will come.
Of course. That's in the Bible.
But from Africa or from where?
He's coming from heaven.
Wait. He comes from heaven in his soul or
like a body. You ever read that? We can get that in a second. We don't
know. But I believe that will come somebody.
You believe in the second coming, there's going to be a second death.
Second coming from somewhere.
He's coming from the sky.
I heard from some people.
Where?
Well, I don't know, but...
Why don't you read the Bible to find out? Yeah, that's where it's at. Why would you leave a person over the Bible? You don't believe the Bible?
Antichrist or second Christ will come from sky. From sky.
No, he's the same Christ. But you know about the second coming, right? You know,
I heard second
come
coming.
with angels and all that stuff and save people. Then he's also going to kill people. Jesus
will-
Christ is going to kill people.
That's right.
You believe that? Why not? All right, read that.
Oh,
my
because you know why?
I love that.
Isaiah.
Because you know why? People kill each other.
But
He
no,
wrote
this
here-
is the reason why. Because America's so.
He wrote come America and start gun from sky here.
Well, all right.
He will send China, maybe Russia, boom, boom, you know?
Well, no, God's going to allow America to be destroyed,
Yes.
and then Russia and China are going to try to be the world powers and oppress people at that point.
Yeah.
But that's when Christ is going to intervene and kill them.
Oh, kill them too.
There.
So who
Christ is
pursue-
going to run the earth. You
Oh,
believe
Christ.
that? You believe that, right? You gotta believe in the Bible.
Yeah, I believe, but well, I
You don't believe Christ is going to rule the earth? Every man shall confess, every knee will bow to Christ. It says that.
Yeah.
You don't believe in the Bible. You
Listen.
don't believe in the Bible.
listen. Just tell me when, 50 years or 100 years?
I can't say.
You cannot say.
You got to follow the prophecy. Yeah, there's prophecy in the Bible. Preordained written words from God. That's what I said earlier, right? God already knows what's going to happen.
God
But
knows.
it's in the Bible, right?
Yeah, he
Of
knows
course.
what will
That's why
happen.
you got to read the Bible. You're not believing me, but I'm going to read that Bible. Go ahead.
Isaiah 5. Isaiah 9 and 5. For every battle,
Every battle.
of the warrior is with confused noise.
Confused noise. How do you fight in those ancient days? Swords and shields, ancient battles happen that way. Now we got what? Bombs that get sent over. This is going to be a new type of war. Go ahead. It's going to describe it.
And garments rolled in blood.
Garments rolled in blood. Because they stab somebody in close combat, you get blood on you, right? Go ahead.
But this shall be with burning
This should be with burn. This is the next type of battle. Read.
and fell of fire.
North Point and Van Ness.
Fuel.
And
Just feel like that position right there, right? Fuel, yeah. Read that
but
again.
this shall be with burning
Burning.
and fuel of fire.
Fuel of fire. What's that sound like? A missile, right? A bomb. So that's the new type of war is coming.
So okay. Okay. So if America will be destroyed, then if America will be destroyed, then China and Russia will try to dominate, will come Christ, will snap them too or to kill them too.
Tours.
So what will happen after that?
Christ is going to run the earth.
Just
And then
few
there's going to be 1,000 years of slavery for every other nation outside of Israel.
slaves.
Slavery. 1,000 years of slavery. And then, if you're European, right?
Yeah.
You're from Czech?
Yeah.
Your father's Czechoslovakian as well?
Yes.
What about your grandfather?
Just check.
Okay. Well, unfortunately for you, you're going to be exterminated. Let's say it's the Bible.
Exterminate.
Exterminated. Kind of like cancer needs to be exterminated out of somebody's body. Or Europeans are going to be exterminated because of the wickedness of it. Because they're going to serve 1,000 years along with every other nation, Chinese, Japanese, Arabs, Africans. Everybody's going to be in slavery. East Indians under Christ and the Israelites. After 1,000 years, all the other countries are going to go back to their countries and live amongst themselves, how it should be. So America's invading all these other countries. That's not in the Bible. They're supposed to be living separate regardless. But the type of wickedness that they've done is just too much to bear, because in Revelation it says the sins of Babylon have reached the heavens. So God's looking at America as the #1 place of wickedness on the earth. Do you believe that? You believe America needs to be destroyed, right?
Yeah.
Great. Let's see.
Ezekiel 25 and 12.
Uh-huh.
Thus says the Most High Power, because Edom have dealt against the house of Judah.
Edom. Who's Edom in the Bible? Familiar?
Edom?
Edom.
I heard, but
Edomites, right? Those are your white people, European.
Edom.
Edom, that's your biblical nationality. Edom. Remember that. Go ahead.
By taking vengeance,
You
and,
took vengeance.
and have greatly offended and revenged himself upon them.
Talking about the Israelites. Read.
Therefore, thus says the Most High Power,
Uh-huh.
I will also stretch out my hand upon Edom,
God's going to stretch out his hand upon Europeans.
and will cut off man and beast from it,
He's going to kill you. Read.
and I will make it desolate from it.
He's going to destroy America. And all the Russians, all that. Wherever Europeans are, will be destroyed. Read.
And they of Edom
Uh-huh.
shall fall by the sword,
Go ahead.
and I will lay my vengeance upon Edom,
Most High is going to lay his vengeance upon them because he's mad at the white race because his wickedness going on. You agree, right?
By the hand of my people, Israel.
The Israelites are going to take hand in that. When Christ comes back, it's going to be. Have you heard of the elect?
No. But sorry that I'm breaking you
Let
up.
me finish it. Let me finish it.
And they shall do and eat them according to my anger,
Exactly. You're going to punish them according to the Most High's anger. Read.
and according to my fury. And they shall know my vengeance,
You're going to know them those vengeance. Go ahead.
says the Most High God. Thus says.
And you know what? When I was in Czech, when churches like kids, they said, when comes time, half world will disappear. 25,
I would say the whole world.
and they told me it will be Third World War.
Yep, it's in the Bible.
And Russia, when we destroy the last flag of Israel, will fell down in the lake, the end of Israel.
So those aren't the real Israelites.
Huh?
Those aren't the real Jews. If you read the Bible, you would know those aren't the real Jews.
But they say when flag,
Benjamin Netanyahu, that's not a real Jew.
when flag will fell down in the lake.
So why not have a potential Jesus being around?
Well, yeah, America has, or Israel has to be destroyed because it's not the real Israelites there.
So Israel will be destroyed too, yeah?
Not with thermonuclear fire, but it's going to be people bombing Israel. Because if you know, nuclear fallout will happen if that's the case. So Russia, China, North Korea, all those eastern countries, they're not going to have nuclear war. They send a nuke over there, it's going to be nuclear fallout for everybody, and they can't live there. So they're going to have regular missiles sent and destroy, have certain inner wars over there, because Turkey and Turkey, who else over there supports them? Turkey, probably Germany. Who else? There's certain countries that support America still.
Yeah.
But whoever's against America is going to fight against the Western powers. Oh yeah, England, you know, they're come that support America. Queen Elizabeth, she's not a real queen. That's not even a real title. Like they stole all those riches from Africa.
Yeah,
all those diamonds and gold, they stole that from all.
Yeah, from Africa.
Yeah, you're right. So what you got?
Revelations 2 and 9. I know thy works
Read.
and tribulation and poverty,
This is Jesus Christ speaking. Read.
but thou art rich.
Talking about the Israelites, we're rich in spirit. Oh, yeah.
And I know the blasphemy of them
Blasphemy. What's blasphemy? You know blasphemy? What is blasphemy?
Blasphemy?
Blasphemy.
blasphemy.
Blasphemy?
Yeah, blasphemy.
Bless you?
No,
blasphemy.
blasphemy. It's like a wicked lie. It's like a disgusting lie that I've got.
I know the blasphemy of them which say they are Jews
A wicked lie, people that say they're Jews. Those white Jews are not the real Jews. Read.
and are not,
Jesus said they're not the Jews. Read.
but are the synagogue of Satan.
Synagogue of Satan. The chief house of Satan. Satan is a spiritual power,
Satan.
but the actual devil are the Europeans. So that's why he's the devil. That's not the real image of Christ. You know that's not the real image of Christ, right?
Well, there are many pictures of Christ.
No, there's not. That's the only picture I know. You're not gonna see an African Christ, an Asian Christ. Where is that picture? Have you seen it?
No.
Of course. You just said it.
No. Okay, why Jesus is
But that's not Jesus. That's this white boy isn't Jesus. You know about Roman Catholic Church, right?
Yeah.
You know who Caesar Borgia is? Rodrigo Borgia? You know Michelangelo the painter?
Yeah.
They painted this image of a white Christ. Because those aren't the white people aren't even original inhabitants of Europe. You know that?
So
White people don't come from Europe.
So Christ was a black man.
We know that. Go ahead.
That's true.
Revelation 1 and 1. The revelation of Jesus Christ, which God gave unto him to show unto his servants, which things which must shortly come to pass.
Arturo, put this charger in. Yeah. You got the cord?
No.
Hold on. Yeah, look at that. The other one. No, the other one. That's it.
So you standing here every Saturday or? Saturday?
Every Saturday. There's prophecies that have to come to pass, and in order for things to unfold, according to the 40 elect of God, 144,000, you heard that, right?
Yes.
144,000, 12,000 from the 12 tribes of Israel. You know who the 12 tribes of Israel are, right? In the Bible. So before the end time happens, before the day of judgment, 12,000 of these tribes have to be awoken and start keeping the laws of God.
So it means we are standing here and telling people it's coming to the end.
Exactly. Just like all the other prophets.
So what people say is
Who?
here.
I mean, nobody has to listen. I don't care if anybody listens. But we're only looking for our people, the people on this side. You know, we read the sign already, right? Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. People that have been oppressed and put in slavery. Those are the ancient Israelites. We've lost our identity. So that's how you know those fake Jews in Israel aren't the real Jews. Because they never lost their identity. They claim their heritage goes back over 5,000 years, which is a lot. Because if you know about the prophecies in the Bible, the Israelites have been on slave ships, which is Negroes in America. You know about that, right? Yeah. And then the Native Americans had their land stolen within America, right? So what happened to them? What happened to us?
After this?
And they got put to death, definitely, but their land got stolen. White people came over here and stole their land. And they oppressed them. Now they're on reservations, right?
Yeah.
So those people are the children of God. And there's prophecies to prove it, and there's archaeology to prove it. I wrote the book this time, actually.
Okay, so listen, I have to go.
You seen this before?
Yeah.
You know what that is?
What is that?
Discovery of ancient America. It's a lost lunar stone in New Mexico. It's a Paleo-Hebrew. It's a Hebrew language. Hebrews come from where? Israel. So why is it in America?
Maybe a long time ago since they came.
Of course, exactly. The Indians are Israelites. They spoke Hebrew. The Native Indians, Central and South America, all those indigenous people, they were Hebrew Israelites that lost 10 tribes. You heard about that? Yeah. The 10 tribes of Israel lost 10 tribes. They came over to the Americas back over 2,700 years ago. And that's why these ancient artifacts are in America, because they were here already. That's how Christopher Columbus had to come over here and conquer them. He knew they were here by reading the Bible.
Well, so he came here and conquered it.
Exactly. He knew.
Okay. So
we're gonna read this real quick. We're gonna read about Jesus real quick.
Revelations 1:1. The revelation of Jesus Christ, which God gave unto him to show unto his servants things which must shortly come to pass.
Exactly. So Jesus Christ is giving this entire breakdown that John earlier.
And he said, and signified it by his angel unto his servant John.
Go ahead. What is that?
Verse 13. In the midst of the 7 candlesticks, one like unto the Son of Man.
Who's the Son of Man?
Cloth with the garment down to the foot, and girt about the paps with a golden girdle.
Yeah, he had a championship belt on, like a wrestler's belt. You know what that is? He had a belt on, a gold belt. Read.
His head and his hairs were white like wool.
White like wool. Who has woolly textured hair? Who has woolly textured hair on the earth? Wool. This is wool, right?
How did you send me?
Of course. So he's describing Jesus. Read.
Like his head and his hairs were white like wool.
Wool.
White as snow.
Yeah, white woolly hair. Read.
And his eyes were a flame of fire. And his feet.
His feet. His feet is the color of your body. Go ahead.
Like unto fine brass.
What's the color of brass? I don't want to go brown. Exactly.
As if they burned in a furnace.
So Jesus was dark skin with woolly hair. Right out of the Bible. So who's this guy? Caesar Borgia. That's who that is. The son of Pope Alexander VI of Rome. He's a fraudulent person. He actually was a real person, just like Jesus was. But he poses the image of Christ in the post-humanity. Like I said, you mentioned Michelangelo and the paintings. They painted him. And he actually was a homosexual too. And he slept with his own sister. And he killed his own brother. You believe that?
Well, yeah, I know the Roman Empire has been killing each other too.
Of course.
Okay. God bless you. I see you next week.
Well, no, you're going into slavery.
I go in slavery?
You're going into slavery.
We told you that, man.
You believe that?
Okay, hey.
Yeah, come back next week, man.
Maybe we'll talk
Go
about
tell
it.
your rest of your people.
Okay.
Definitely.
I see my.
Yeah, man.
Thank you.
Prepare for slavery, man.
Okay.
You don't believe in the Bible. I love it, man. I love it. These heathens are no damn thing. But yeah, man. Where was we at? Show him. Yeah, like so yeah, man. That dude. We gotta give these heathens their judgment. He don't know a damn thing. He just happy to like. I'm like, well, why are you in America? Oh, I came over there. I couldn't live with me. Like, that's fine. He had a little bit of knowledge, you know, as far as the history of there, yeah. But now he's just talking about the Bible. Like, now he don't know a damn thing about the Bible. But anyways,
that brother was just like, why y'all put orange on Jesus?
what's that?
The brother I was talking to. Yeah.
What? Oh, that he was a Mexican?
Yeah, he Guatemalan.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah, that one.
Our people just bugged the hell out off this picture. And all the pictures, they don't even worry about the church, they worry about the white man. And it's disgusting. It's a disgusting thing. Day after day. I'll put up a picture of a white Christ. Oh my God, he put horns on Jesus. Prove it Jesus. This damn devil. But anyways, let's get to this lesson. You know, it's a common theme, like I said. Our people just they don't have a problem with wickedness, man. And it's gonna cost them. We won't go into that. The repercussions of wickedness on both sides, on the Israelite side and on these heathens. Mostly yes, but you know, let me see. Get wisdom of Solomon 3. Yeah, man, our people gonna learn, hopefully before it's too late, that they need to come back to their heritage and realize who their enemy is. And I was talking to a sister not too long ago, I think it was a few days ago, about how our people they don't fear the Most High. And they just do wickedness even in this truth. And it doesn't make sense to them. They think it's going to be a game. Like, even though you know the truth, supposedly, you can't be treating your brother and sister any way you want. To think you can get away with lies and covering up, you know, malice and hate. And all these camp bashers make me sick. Like, it's just ridiculous. And it's like, you got to have a standard. And the law should be your standard. That's how it's supposed to be in the ancient world. Yeah, we're supposed to keep these laws. And right now, like I said, it's a spiritual aspect to everything that's going on. And it's a testament to their spirit for them going on. They don't have the true faith in the Most High.
That's right.
You got that? Yeah.
Wisdom of Solomon 3:1. But the souls of the righteous are in the hand of the Most High.
Exactly. So you living righteously in these last days, Most High gonna spare you. I mean, obviously He can take you out and save you from that particular judgment. Actually, not save you from a particular judgment, but spare you from seeing the judgment that's going on, like the race wars and having seen your family members die. If that's the case, all that stuff, you might be at rest from it. Actually, there's a precept on that. Let me see your phone. But go ahead and read that. I'm gonna find something real quick. Go ahead.
And there shall no torment touch them.
Exactly. No torment gonna touch you. Especially if you're the elect. You know, some people might get their heads chopped off. You might have to go to prison, die in prison, who knows. But the Most High gonna spare the righteous, read.
In the sight of the unwise, they seem to die.
Exactly. In the sight of the unwise, they seem to die, because we're gonna be persecuted for this truth. Us upholding the laws and rebuking wickedness and telling this white man to his face the devil, he's going to slavery, they at least already know what's happening, and they see all over the place. That's why they got us listed on the Southern Poverty Law Center, all different camps, no matter what particular intricate things that doctrine they teach. We all teach to keep the laws. That's the bottom line.
That's right.
And they at least hate it, because they know this the end of their kingdom coming. Go ahead.
And your departures taken for misery.
Exactly. What is it? Hold on. Okay, good.
Verse 3. And they're going from us to be utter destruction.
Go ahead.
But they are in peace.
Exactly. They're going from us, them being put to death for this truth, they're going to be in peace. That's why we were read in Job to that devil earlier. Your soul's at rest when you die. You don't have to worry about the oppressor, nothing like that. And obviously, if you had the elect, it said the dead in Christ gonna rise first. You're gonna be translated to that spiritual body, and become that hunter that it says in Jeremiah. Go ahead.
For though they be punished in the sight of men.
Exactly, they be punished in the sight of men, being put to death, going to jail, getting these false accusations in the media and all that stuff. Obviously, like Comfy, I mean, he was doing wickedness, but he probably made it seem like all the Israelites are like that. So we're going to be punished in the sight of men. Read.
Yet is their hope full of immortality.
Exactly, their hope is full of immortality. We're going to the kingdom of heaven. We're going to rule the earth. So if you be righteous, that's what's coming to you. Even you might get judged, you might get scorned in the media, your family might fall away, you might go to jail for this, you might have to die for this. But the end of it's going to be immortality. Go ahead.
And having been a little chastised,
a little chastised,
they shall be greatly rewarded.
Exactly, we're going to be greatly rewarded if we keep this truth with faith and fear in the Most High. Read.
For Yahweh proved them.
Exactly, the Most High is going to prove this. He's going to prove you with going through the fire, having turmoil come your way, see if you keep the faith, just like we said in Job earlier. Go ahead.
And found him worthy for himself.
He found him worthy to be saved in that last day. Go ahead.
As gold in the furnace hath he tried them.
Exactly, gold in the furnace. I just said that. Read.
And received them as the burnt offering.
Exactly. Through that affliction, that turmoil, we're going to be received because it's a righteous thing to go through that affliction for the Most High. Read.
And in the time of their visitation, they shall shine and run to and fro like sparks among the stubble.
Exactly. We're going to shine to and fro like sparks among the stubble. What's that talking about? That's when Paul, I think I brought this out a while ago, how we're going to be translated with that spiritual power. We're going to be looking like ultra instinct, you know? We're going to have spiritual dominion, and that's how we're going to have to fish out these devils hiding in these damn bunkers and underground cities trying to escape judgment.
Right.
So they think they're going to escape the judgment of God. We're going to fish them out. They're going to be the first people put in slavery if we be that number. Go ahead.
They shall judge the nations.
Exactly. We're going to judge the nations, read.
And have dominion over the people. And the Most High shall reign forever.
Exactly. The Most High will reign forever. Christ is under him, Yahweh Shai, the elect, all the Moses, King David, all the righteous men before Elijah. They're going to reign with us in the kingdom, 1/3, and obviously the 2/3 going to be reborn. But that's going to be all said and done once it happens. But you want to live righteously up until that time, and hopefully you get spared through your faith and works. Read.
They that put their trust in him.
Exactly. You put your trust in the Most High. Read.
Shall understand the truth.
Exactly. We don't understand the truth. What's the truth? Keeping these laws is going to get us through that hard time. Telling your brother that he's wrong, tell him to repent, getting the blood off your hands. That's all part of the truth. Part of this walk as a Black, Hispanic, Native American who walk God's chosen people.
That's right.
That's your duty. And if you don't want to do it, you might have to die for it because you're not living righteously. No matter if you think you're doing something in church, living righteously according to man, that's not it. You got to live according to God, that's right, which is keeping his laws. Read.
And such as be faithful in love shall abide with him.
Exactly, faithful in love. What's love? 1 John 3 and 4, keeping the laws. Go ahead.
For grace and mercy is to his saints.
Exactly, grace and mercy to his saints, who are the Israelites. We can prove that with plenty of scriptures. Read.
And he hath cared for his elect.
He has cared for his elect, 144,000. Lord will we be at that number. He has cared for his elect. Read.
But the ungodly shall be punished.
Exactly, the ungodly shall be punished. Plain and simple. And America is the cheap place the ungodly people resting. If you're not an Israelite that's in America, you're going to die. I told that Czech brother, or that Czech dude, he needs to leave America. But he don't think nothing's going on. He's over here smiling about all the things I'm telling him. Because he's just happy to have a conversation, which is like, it's not a problem. But he don't know the truth, he don't know the Bible. He believes in the Bible, he says, but he don't read it. Go ahead.
According to their own imagination.
Exactly. The ungodly going to be destroyed according to their own imagination.
Which have neglected the righteous and forsaken the Most High.
Exactly. They have neglected the righteous and forsaken the Most High. So if you're an Israelite, you're forsaking His word. You hear us week in and week out, no matter what country you're in, the city you're in. You don't want to hear this word. You're not righteous. You're forsaking this. And what's the last part I said?
Which have neglected the righteous and forsaken the Most High.
You forsook the Most High. You turn your back on the Most High. We brought that out a couple weeks ago. You toss what you heard behind your back. You don't care about it. You want to see what's the next slick you can hit, the next piece of pussy you can get, slot. But that's your main goal in this place. And if you're an Israelite, you need to have a more focused mind.
That's right.
A more spiritual mind. Not carnal, not in the flesh, not off the lust. You gotta want what the Most High wants, which is to have this white man thrown down off his pedestal.
That's right.
And have us built back up in the spirit and rule in this world under his son, through the laws and righteousness. Get that? Go ahead.
For whoso despises wisdom and nurture,
Go ahead.
he is miserable.
Exactly. You despise wisdom and nurturing, you're miserable. People that think living paycheck to paycheck is some type of common thing, which it is, but it's not supposed to be how it works. We're supposed to get paid every day for our work according to the Bible.
That's right.
But we gotta wait 2 weeks and stress out for 2 weeks, seeing if we don't have a bill to pay. Our lights get shut off, no food, no gas, nothing. If you have some type of what's it called? Child support because you're separated from your woman, that's part of your check gone already, regardless. You wait 2 weeks, let's have your part of your check missing. And you gotta build off the rest, whatever you got. How you gonna live like that? That's how America is built. And Israelites, we're not supposed to be living like this. We're supposed to be ruling in our kingdom. So if you want to forsake the laws of God and cast the word behind your back, you got to be put to death.
That's right.
That's what we're calling you right now, to repent or die. It's plain. Go ahead.
Their labors unfruitful,
Their labors are unfruitful, read.
and their works unprofitable.
Exactly, the works are unprofitable. It's not going to sustain you. It's not even righteous. You're spinning your wheels for no reason. Because when that second coming is on its way, and Jacob's trouble, none of that's going to matter. Because the Most High is not going to listen to you. He's not going to protect you. Read.
Their wives are foolish,
Uh-huh.
and their children wicked.
Exactly. Their children are wicked because they are wicked women. These women think they have some type of clout, teaching on Facebook, trying to correct men, and it's ridiculous.
That's right, man.
I've been seeing that way too often. Just this last week, this woman was trying to correct me, or not correct me, but basically tell me our forefathers committed incest. Where? What are you talking about? There's laws against it. And even before that, we're talking about Abraham having sex with his sister. What? That's madness. She posted one scripture. I posted also the scripture where he said he lied to protect himself. But they would have killed him if they found it was his wife, because heathens, he was went to a heathen country, a heathen king. And he said, hey, Sarai, tell me you're my sister or you're gonna kill me. All of a sudden he married his sister. No, y'all don't know the Bible. And women are just so bugged out of their damn mind. They're not in the truth, for real, if you go against the scriptures. That's plain. You can't tell me I posted a scripture, now I go to the holy prayer in Manasseh, I believe, and it says, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob never sinned. Never sinned. Did you, what you said to that? Oh, it's only talking about idolatry. What? Like, what are you talking about? So everything else they did, right? What are you talking about? You go to Genesis 26, it says Abraham kept all the laws, statutes, and commandments. So how does that talk about only idolatry? No, everything. There was an oral law at that particular time, but he never slept with his sister because Sarai wasn't his sister. Then Jacob committed incest with his cousin. It's not against the law. It's not against the law. There's nowhere in the Bible, Leviticus, I think it's what, 18 or 16, where it says you can't have sex with your cousin. Obviously, this time, day and age, it'll look crazy. That's why people don't do it. But laws of God says it's not against the law. Period. What did you say?
No, I was going to say, it gives you all the list of the forbidden sexual relations.
Exactly.
Cousins are not there.
Exactly. So she don't know what the hell she's talking about. But there's multiple women trying to teach brothers on the website, or excuse me, on Facebook and Instagram. I think it was another sister on Instagram last week. What was she talking about? Oh, she was talking about, oral sex inside of me. How? Like, there's a definition that says that, but that's not true. You mean to tell? She lied on the Bible. She said Adam and Eve. The reason why Adam and Eve went off because Adam and Eve had oral sex. That's complete adding to the Bible. Where is that at in the Bible? That Adam and Eve had oral. Satan convinced Adam and Eve to exchange oral sex like in '69 or some madness. Where is that at? That's ridiculous. She told me that. I was like, what? I'm like, that's nowhere near in the Bible. None of that verbiage in the Bible, the Hebrew, none of that. I don't know where she got that from. That's just bugged out doctrine. And that's why these women don't need to say a damn thing. They can point to a man to teach them, but if a man says it, obviously he's going off as well.
Right.
But it's just sick that our people are just swayed to and fro with every wind of doctrine these last days, thinking they're righteous.
Man.
Exactly. You just added to the word of God. That's what you just did. There's nowhere in the Bible says, oh, they didn't cover their nakedness. You just know that's a whole parable and what's the word? Not a parable, but you know what it says in Galatians? It's a you know, what's the word they use in Galatians? It's not a parable. It's a let me see. What are Galatians called? I'm gonna get the right word. Oh, it's an allegory. Yeah, that's right. Allegory. Genesis 1, 2, and 3 are allegories. You can't tell me that's verbal or anything that's an actual thing. But yeah, man, let me get back to the lesson. Where were you at? But yeah, that's just madness, man. People ain't gonna be spewing rhetoric about the Bible that we believe in, and they can't back it up. That's the bottom line. Because you're gonna be punished according to that as well. Go ahead.
For their wives are foolish and their children wicked.
Exactly. The wives are foolish and the children wicked because they're under the guise of foolish women. Women that don't know a damn thing. There's some women that do know certain things. You might have to be taught by, you know, a woman at one point in time in your life if she comes to the truth ahead of you, which is not an issue. But at certain times, she got to point you to a man that's going to teach you. Go ahead.
Their offspring is cursed.
Exactly. Their offspring is cursed. So our men and women growing up in these times that's not keeping the law as Israelites, they're cursed. Just like it says in Deuteronomy. So we don't keep the law. It's plain. Go ahead.
Wherefore blessed is the barren that is undefiled.
Bad. Say bad?
No. Barren.
Oh, yeah,
Salakia. Their offspring is cursed. Wherefore blessed is the barren that is undefiled.
Go ahead.
Which hath not known the sinful bed.
Exactly. You have not known the sinful bed. What's that talking about? Incest, sodomy, literal sodomy, which is anal sex. Don't mind my, graphic, spill, but that's what it's coming out to. What's going on, brother? But go ahead.
She shall have fruit in the visitation of souls. And blessed is the eunuch.
Go ahead.
Which with his hands have wrought no iniquity.
Exactly. A eunuch, which is, could be multiple things, but mainly a eunuch is somebody that doesn't have children, doesn't have sex for the most part. But go ahead.
For imagine wicked things against the Most High.
Read.
For unto him shall be given the special gift of faith.
Exactly. That's what it's talking about in Isaiah. You know how G-Con be all trying to go to Isaiah 46 or what is it? It's Isaiah 56. The eunuch gonna have a higher name than this is what it's talking about. This is exactly what it's talking about. The eunuch's gonna have a special gift. He's gonna be just like the elect. Go ahead.
Lord.
And that's a cut. I just found this last night. I was like, that's a dagger right there. Go ahead.
For unto him shall be given the special gift of faith.
Exactly.
And an inheritance.
An inheritance.
In the temple.
In where?
In the temple.
In the temple. That eunuch's gonna have an inheritance in the temple. He's gonna be able to be like, not I would say be like a Levite, but he's gonna be holy just like them. Go ahead.
Of the Most High.
Read.
More acceptable to his mind.
Go ahead.
For the glorious is the fruit of good labor.
Exactly. The glorious is the fruit of good labors. What's the good labor? Keeping the laws. Go ahead.
And the root of wisdom shall never fall away.
Exactly. The root of wisdom shall never fall away from that person that's righteous. Go ahead.
As for the children of adulterers.
For the children of adulterers, the sinners, read.
They shall not come to their perfection.
Exactly. Go ahead.
And the seed of an unrighteous bed shall be rooted out.
Exactly. The seed of unrighteous bed shall be rooted out. Adultery, sodomy, incest, they're going to be rooted out. Read.
For though they live long,
Though they live long, read.
Yet shall they be nothing regarded.
Exactly, there's gonna be nothing regarded. They're gonna be put to death. Read.
And their last age shall be without honor. Or if they die quickly, they have no hope.
Exactly. If they die quickly, they have no hope. Read.
Neither comfort in the day of trial.
Exactly. They're not gonna be comforted in the day of trial, in the day of trials, because they're not keeping the laws of God. If you're an Israelite, and if you're a heathen, you have no hope in general. Go ahead.
For horrible is the end of the unrighteous generation.
Exactly. Horrible is the end of unrighteous generation. That's talking about the 2/3. The unrighteous generation, they're gonna have to learn the hard way. Is that it? Sirach 16, 1-9. Because our people gonna have to learn the hard way, like I said. All this wickedness going on in Israel, I'm not necessarily surprised, but it's just sad to see. And our people, like I said, they're gonna get judged according to their works. So if you don't fear the Most High, you wanna think you can do whatever you want and get away with it, the Most High sees everything. Everything isn't posted on social media, but we hear about it there. And people get certain phone calls, and people have been recording phone calls and certain situations, different camps that's been going around, and it's just exposing wickedness. And obviously the Most High is ordaining it because they need to get that proper judgment and correction, and Lord willing, they repent from it.
That's right.
Go ahead.
Sirach 16:1. Desire not a multitude of unprofitable children.
Exactly, desire not the multitude of unprofitable children. Read.
Neither delight in ungodly sons.
Exactly, neither delight in ungodly sons. Go ahead.
Though they multiply, rejoice not in them.
Exactly, don't rejoice in the people that multiply wickedness. Read.
Except fear the Most High be with them.
Exactly, except the fear of the Most High be with them. Only hang around people that fear the Most High. That's what it's talking about. Because they're going to do righteous things, they're going to tell you when you're going on. And that's what a brother is supposed to be.
That's right.
That's what we do in the Sakari. We have councils. If something happens, hey, we're going to talk about it. What's the resolution? What's the punishment? We're going to figure it out before it's too late so you don't do that again. And you're going to realize that you went off. Because like I said, your soul's at risk. You being part of that select number's at risk. If you start going off and thinking you can get away with it. You got to be honest about your faults and sins. Go ahead.
Though they multiply. Salakia, I read that. Verse 3. Trust not thou in their life.
Exactly. Trust not thou in the life of people that don't fear the Most High. You can't trust them. They're going to tell you whatever it is that they feel they can get ahead in life. And it might not be righteous. It might not be something that's will benefit you. Go ahead.
Neither respect their multitude. For one that is just is better than 1,000.
Read that again.
For one that is just.
One that is just, read.
Is better than 1,000.
Exactly. You're better than 1,000 people. You're just to keep these laws. You're better than 1,000 people. You go in a wicked Christian church, you're better than all of those people. You go to Joel Osteen's church, 20,000 people, you're better than all of them. Just say it the Most High. If you be righteous and uphold the laws. Read.
And better it is to die without children.
Exactly. Read.
Than to have them that are ungodly.
Exactly. You better even die without children to have children that are ungodly. Because you're going to follow in your wicked footsteps and be put to death just like you will be. Right. So what's the point of bringing them into this earth to follow in your wicked footsteps? And our people are going to learn the hard way. People that are in the world that don't want to take heed to this truth, them and the children are going to die. They're going to be put in them FEMA camps, put a chip in them, and be missile fired. Or they might get put to death before that time. Who knows? Or they might repent. So I'm praying that they repent if they're Israelites. And they're going to spare Native Americans. We don't want you or your children to perish in these last days. You can be part of the 1/3. You know, if you have a husband that's willing to learn this truth and repent, and you follow him and are faithful to him. Read.
For by one that hath understanding shall the city be replenished.
Exactly. If one have understanding, the city will be replenished. Or replenished. So yeah, if somebody's teaching the truth, like I said, how it says, who did that? Not Jonah. Or was it Jonah? He didn't want to prophesy to Nineveh. Obviously, there's Israelites there. People getting confused that he was saving heathens. Doing good, brother. Shalom. So we're supposed to be like him. We're supposed to preach the truth, tell them to repent, and spare the city.
That's right.
Go ahead.
But the kindred of the wicked shall speedily become desolate.
Exactly, it will speedily become desolate. All these wicked people on the earth, that's in America chiefly, they're going to be put to death. Because it's only going to be 1/3 and the elect saved out of this place. Go ahead.
Many such things have I seen with my eyes, and my ear had heard greater things than these.
Exactly, my ear has heard greater things than these because we heard about the end times in Revelation. Go ahead.
In the congregation of the ungodly
Read.
shall a fire be kindled.
Exactly, the fire going to be kindled in the congregation of the godly. What do you think that fire is representing? The thermonuclear missiles. You're going to be right in the midst of a missile, and you're going to burn away unless you repent as an Israelite. Read.
And in the rebellious nation, wrath is set on fire.
Exactly, the rebellious nation, wrath is going to be set on fire. So like this end time prophecy is going to come to pass in the Bible, and our people need to repent and start keeping these laws. That's the only objective for Israelites. Everybody else is going to get their proper judgment in due time, but you don't want to be caught up in their judgment following after their ways. That's not beneficial. So that's why we got to come out and teach what's righteous and what's wicked. And everything in this world, or in this country, is built on wickedness. Not the Bible, not the laws of God, not righteousness, not wisdom. You get succumb on TV and different music ideologies and different church theologians. That's not part of the Bible. They're reading the Bible, they're not reading the truth of the Bible. Go ahead.
He was not pacified towards the old giants who fell away in strength of their foolishness.
Exactly. So he's talking about the old giants, so they're talking about the sons of Seth. We fell away to the strength of their foolishness. So they went into the heathen women and caused them to fall away. Read.
Neither spared he the place where Lot sojourned.
Exactly. He didn't spare Sodom or Gomorrah. That was the chief wicked place. What's that?
I had a dream about that 2 days ago, man.
Who, the white man?
But God he told Adam to do what he did to turn himself. Jack 9 never said the word fucked up like the devil on the time, man.
Yeah, man. Blame the white man, man.
I am blaming you.
That's right.
All praises.
Get off them drugs, though, brother. They need to do.
Drugs are real, man.
Yeah, this is it. If anybody didn't know where we're at, 60th and Mission, San Francisco, is the drug central of the city. All types of homeless people, drug addicts.
That's right.
People bugged out of their minds on this block. All types of heathens and Israelites just thinking this is the way to live. People sleeping on the ground. Just earlier, before we turned the camera on, brother was sleeping in his full clothes on the ground in the middle of the afternoon, snoring on concrete. That's not normal. That's crazy. That don't make no damn sense.
He pitied not the people of perdition who were taken away in their sins,
Go ahead.
nor the 600,000 footmen
Read.
who were gathered together in the hardness of their hearts.
Go to 14.
And if there be one stiff-neck among the people,
Yeah, if there's one stiff-necked person among the people, read.
it is marvel if he escape unpunished.
Exactly. It's gonna be a surprise if he don't get punished. Like, how the hell did he do all this wickedness and he don't get punished? Like, and that's how we're looking at this so-called white man. Like, this
right.
dude's been doing wickedness for so damn long. Like, he ain't been punished yet, but we know why. Is that it? Actually, get a precept real quick. Get name 1 and 3.
For mercy,
Get that real quick. Because the Most High is going to describe why these white men didn't get punished yet. And I think it's another precept in it's either in Job or the Apocrypha, or is it Maccabees actually? They're talking about how they build up sin and we can punish. I think it's a Maccabees actually. It's a Maccabees. Yeah, get that first. And I'm gonna look for something else.
Nahum 1 and 3. The Most High is slow to anger.
He's slow to anger. So this white man's doing so much wickedness for the last 500 years in this part of the earth. He's slow to anger. He's gonna allow him to build up that sin so we can wipe him out so we can't pay it back. Read.
And great in power. And will not at all acquit the wicked.
He's not gonna acquit the wicked. The chief wickedness on the earth, or chief wicked nation on the earth, are these Europeans. They introduce all type of homosexuality, bestiality to the earth, diseases to the earth. They conjure up all these type of chemical warfare and they've been genocide and slaughter in different countries, left and right. They're wicked. They haven't been punished yet, but Most High gonna punish them at the end. You got that? Go ahead.
The Most High had his way in the whirlwind.
That's all it is. Oh yeah, my bad. Go ahead.
The Most High had his way in the whirlwind and in the storm, and in the clouds are the dust of his feet.
Exactly. So he runs the earth. So he gonna punish the people of the earth how he sees fit. Chiefly the so-called white man.
Mission 2, Ferry Plaza.
Where you at? You at 13? That was it? Using the Ciroc. 13. That's right, 6. It's a magazine. The good Ciroc 14. You already read 13?
And if there be one stiff-necked among the people, it is marvel if he escape unpunished. For mercy and wrath are with him.
Read.
He is mighty to forgive and to pour out displeasure.
Exactly. He's mighty to forgive to pour out his pleasure. So if you're doing the will of the Most High, you're going to, Lord willing, be spared of that judgment. But if you wicked, hey, you're going to be right in the forefront. That's right. Like I said, you're going to laugh at your calamity. That's what it says in Proverbs. That's it? 13.
Verse 12. As his mercy is great, so is his correction also.
Exactly. His mercy is great, so is his correction. Read.
He judges a man according to his works.
Exactly. He judges man according to what?
So according to his works.
Exactly. He's going to judge you according to your works. Not no damn you get saved and that's all you got to do. Believe in Christ, take him in your heart, and that's it. No, you got to do works. Faith and works. Go ahead.
The sinner shall not escape with the spoils.
Exactly. The sinner shall not escape with the spoils. This white man's not going to escape with his wicked doings, rape, rob, and murder in half the world, and get away with it. It's not going to happen. Read.
And the patience of the godly shall not be frustrated.
Exactly. The patience of the godly shall not be frustrated. So us being patiently waiting while our people getting afflicted, still getting put to death, still being oppressed, still getting put to jail, we're not going to be flustered by it because we know eventually some people got to be the 2/3. They're going to have to suffer that punishment. But Lord willing, like I said, we be that number, 1/3 in the hopeful elect, and we get spared in that day and, you know, take heed in the government of Israel and put these so-called heathens in slavery. That's right. Get on 2nd Maccabees 6.
Let's hit him with the bumblebee. Yellow gang, go green gang.
2nd Maccabees 6. 12, go through.
Qué bueno. No se despeguen de este camino. Porque si nos vamos para atrás, no, hombre, ya descubrí yo. Machía, machía. Pero ¿por qué ellos dicen un judío ahorita que está ahí? Dice.
Yeah, and that's why the heathens don't get punished immediately.
Así hablan así, macho.
Second Maccabees 6 and 12. Now I beseech those that read this book.
Exactly, right? Read.
That they be not discouraged. For for these calamities.
Don't be discouraged for these calamities. Read.
But that they judge those punishments not to be for destruction.
Exactly. Don't judge them to be for destruction. So you're going through affliction. Read.
For chastening of our nation.
Exactly. For chastening of our nation. If we read in Hebrews, us being chastised is showing that the Most High is dealing with us and He loves us and He wants us to be corrected and walk according to His will. And that's what's going through in Maccabees, but it's going to elaborate on the other nations. Read.
For it is a token of His great goodness.
The token of His great goodness to inflict this for a moment. Read.
When wicked doers are not suffered for any long time.
Exactly. Wicked doers are not suffered for any long time. Talking about the Israelites. We're not going to be given. We're going to be basically judged quicker than everybody else because we have a righteous law we're supposed to be following. If you don't follow the law, you're going to be judged a lot quicker than anybody else. Read.
But forthwith punished. For not as with other nations whom the Most High patiently forbears.
Exactly. Most High forbears the other nations. When they do wickedness, He forbears them. He puts off their punishment. Why? Go ahead.
To punish. So they become to the fullness of their sins.
Exactly. So these other nations are going to come into the fullness of their sins. So they can't back out of the corner and try to repent. All the punishment, all the wickedness that they've done, especially the so-called white man, he's not going to be able to get out of his punishment because he's going to build up that tab and he can't pay it back. He can't wash dishes for it. He can't sweep and mop for it. He can't do nothing for it but pay it with his blood. Read.
Yeah.
Okay, verse 15. No, 14. So they become fullness of the sins. So dealeth He with us. Lest that being come to the height of sin,
read.
Afterwards He should take vengeance of us.
Exactly. So He don't allow us to get to the height of our sins because He's going to take vengeance on us. So we commit idolatry, we go into slavery. We don't keep the laws, we go into slavery. That's pretty much how it worked in the ancient days and up until now. We're in captivity right now in America. Quote unquote the greatest country on the earth. People think it's the greatest country on earth. We don't realize that we're being punished right now and being chastened in the spirit. So our people need to learn quickly that He's not going to allow us to sin for too much longer because somebody got to be 2/3, like I said. We got to get back to these laws and have faith in the Mashiach Yahushai, and Lord willing, we be spared in that last day. Go ahead.
And therefore He never withdraweth His mercy from us.
Exactly. The Most High is not going to withdraw His mercy from us because He chose us from the beginning of the earth. He wants to save us. He wants us to rule. But we gotta do what's right. Read.
And though He punished the adversary, yet doeth He never forsake His people.
Exactly. He punished us with adversity. He's not gonna forsake us still, because He knows we need it. Because we made a covenant with Him back in the day, in the ancient world. We chose to serve Him and follow these laws, and He chose us as special people of the earth. That's why He gave us all these gifts, all the physical gifts, all the spiritual gifts. All the gifts of, drawing, rapping, and singing songs, poems, whatever you want to mention, we have all of that gift. Musicians, all that stuff we have in our possession through the Spirit because the Most High chose us. So we're going to use those tools in a righteous way eventually, but the main thing is following these laws. So He can have mercy on us, and He's going to punish the other nations while we get right. Read.
But let this that we have spoken be for a warning unto us.
Exactly. We're going to speak a warning unto you. Read.
And now, when we come to the declaring of the matter in few words.
Exactly. We're going to declare a matter in a few words. Repent or die. That's a few words we're going to give.
That's right.
That's what it's coming down to. Our people are going to learn to repent or die because they're going to realize they're in a punishment. They need to come up out of the ways of this world. That's all the so-called devil, or the so-called white man, the devil the Bible speaks of.
Facts.
Get that in Surah 13. Surah 14, verses 3 to 10. See, our people are going to have to learn, like, even though these other countries and nations is doing wickedness towards us and each other, they can get punished a lot greater than us because we're in captivity already. We don't own nothing. These other countries have their own countries, or nations have their own countries and rulerships, and they can control what's going on, but they don't have no laws to go by. No righteous laws. Excuse me?
The devil, Jesus is a Negro, not a white man. Jesus says My name is Isabel Magic. Hi, nice to meet you.
Are you a European?
What?
Are you a European?
No, I'm a well, yes, I am.
What are you? What's your nationality? No, what's your nationality? What do your people go back to? What?
Danes? You say Danes?
What European country do your people go back to? Excuse me?
I said I'm a little bit Jewish, I'm a little bit white.
You're Jewish? Who's Jewish? No, I'm not Jewish. I'm not Jewish. I'm an Israelite. Are you from Israel? You been to Israel before?
No, I have been to Israel before.
How long ago was that?
When I was 13.
Were you there for that gay parade? Were you there for that? I'm just asking the question. Because they have gay parades there. Is that righteous?
Yeah.
Is that why you're in San Francisco? It reminds you of that? Does San Francisco remind you of that gay parade they had in Israel?
No, San Francisco reminds me of San Francisco.
Do you approve of homosexuality?
I approve of everything.
Why? Is that in the Bible? Do you believe in the Bible?
I am the Bible.
You're not the Bible. God condemns homosexuality.
That's right. I'm not the Bible.
Because you don't have any faith. You don't have any law. That's clear.
I did at one point.
Wait a minute. The Jews follow the Bible?
Jews are written the Bible.
Of course. So, if you knew the Bible, then you would know that God hates homosexuals. That's right.
God doesn't hate homosexuals.
Hey, my brother. Very Plaza.
And God hates you too, you damn devil.
That's right.
You're not a Jew.
Atalo Yehudi.
Atalo Yehudi.
Damn devil. You're a Khazarian rat, you damn devil.
Atai Domai.
Atai Goyim. Atai Mamza.
Tell Russia, cut it.
Damn devil. Fake rat is coming to talking about I am the Bible.
Hate Amalek, man.
Man, Amalek's so damn wicked, man. It's crazy. I thought she's on drugs. She probably is on drugs. Bugged out of her damn mind. I had to throw that shot. Though. Like, were you here for the homosexual parade? Is that why you in services go reminds you of that homosexual vibe? God approves. God hates homosexuality. Really? That's a damn lie. Hope he comes back down here too, damn devil. Yeah, man, that's how you know these fake Jews don't know a damn thing. And it's wicked as hell. Yeah, man, this block is just wicked as hell, man. If you come to 16th and Mission, man, prepare to see wickedness all throughout your day.
The Timberland is like vicious,
I believe that. I've been Timberland forever. I just drove through it. I haven't been there in a while. What you got?
Psalms 5 and 5. The foolish shall not stand in thy sight.
Exactly. That Edomite devil was a fool. Read.
Thou hatest all workers of iniquity.
God hates workers of iniquity. People that commit sin and what's it called? All types of what's the word I'm looking for? Blasphemies, abominations. She just said it out of her own mouth she's Jewish, and that she is the Bible, but God doesn't hate homosexuality. The white man's the damn devil.
That's right.
Woman and child. And that was a clear picture. She's talking about she's Jewish. Everybody's Jewish. What? What the hell are you talking about? Oh, you been to Israel? Oh, okay, yeah. 13 years old. Fine. You're not a Jew though. Those are rats over there just like yourself. I wish you would stay out of God on it a little bit more. We're not to show out there. Yeah, our people don't know anything. Neither do these damn heathens.
That's right.
There's two Edomites that came up here today that don't know a damn thing. But they will know something. They go into slavery. That's teaching. Did you start that?
Sirach 14 and 3. He that gathereth by defrauding his own soul.
He that gathereth by defrauding his own soul. Read.
Gathereth for others. That shall spend his gift righteously.
Riotously.
He that is evil to himself.
He that is to himself.
To whom will he be good?
Exactly. You can't be good to yourself and other people. That doesn't make sense. That's why this white man is so corrupt. He's not good to other people. He's not going to be good to himself. That's why he passes all these abominable laws, abominable foods, changing everything up in the earth. Time, challenges, which don't make damn sense. It's not biblical. That fake Jewish rat knows damn well she's not a damn Jew. She believes in homosexuality, which is madness. Doesn't make sense. Homosexuality is basically death. You're condoning population control. And San Francisco is a chief place of that. Atlanta, where else? LA, New York, I'm pretty sure has their own community of homosexuals that thrive, especially the people that have prominent positions. That's what you got to do to be a CEO of a company, a director of some type of Fortune 500 company. You got to do some abominations to get those riches.
That's right.
Especially in the industry, Hollywood, that's all they do is abominations. Anybody you see on TV, they have to do something to get that fame, no matter what level you're at. Sacrifice somebody, do some type of homosexual act, or whatever else the case may be.
Or even doing somebody dirty, you know what I mean?
Exactly. Robbing somebody, anything. All that stuff is wickedness. But when Most High sends his son Yahushua back, all is going to be well in the world. That's right. It's going to be turned upside down in the right fashion. But go ahead.
He that is evil to himself, whom will he be good?
Go ahead.
He shall not take pleasure in his goods.
Read.
There is none worse than he that envieth himself. And this is a recompense of his wickedness.
Yeah, it's a recompense of his wickedness. Read.
And if he doth good, he doeth it unwillingly.
Exactly. He does good unwillingly. This white man does good unwillingly. He stole everything from Native Americans. Then he gave him a little piece of land back. But now what is he doing to them? Building pipelines through their land, digging up minerals out the ground of their land, shrinking their land, putting fake Indians there to get their benefits, reparations, building casinos on their land that they can't benefit from. All that madness. He does it unwillingly, but when he does it, it's still going to be an oppressive state. Read.
And at the last, he will declare his wickedness.
Exactly. He's going to declare his wickedness. After all said and done, all that madness is going to happen. Because that's the MO. She was talking about she knew about the Israelites.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that was like 2 months ago. Go ahead.
And if he do it good, he do it unwillingly.
Go ahead.
And at the last, he will declare his wickedness.
Yeah, he'll declare his wickedness, his ultimate goal, which is homosexuality, the RFID microchip, and world domination, the New World Order. That's what he wants. They put in all the cartoons, all the different movies. It always ends in them trying to rule the world and take over the earth. But it doesn't, basically in the movie, it doesn't happen, obviously, because there's a quote-unquote hero that saves the day. But I tell you, he's going to save the day in the last days, Hamashiach Yahushua. And he's going to come back for the Israelites and save them.
That's right.
And the hopeful elect of 1/3. Not these damn devils. Read. You're the damn devil. Shut up.
The envious man had a wicked eye.
You're the devil.
He turneth away his face and despiseth men.
Read that part again.
The envious man had a wicked eye. He turneth away his face and despiseth men.
Exactly. He turned away his face and despised men because he's envious.
That's right.
You see somebody like when a white man came over here to the island of Puerto Rico, it was envious of him. They was kicking around diamonds and gold.
That's right.
What they do? Come back into slavery, slaughter them, murder them, take over their land. Now it's a Republic of America. But they was envious. They don't care.
White man's a goddamn devil.
That's right.
Devil in a damn wheelchair.
You gotta go.
Get Sirach 1, 29 and 30. And they gonna learn to come up here. You know exactly how the Most High feels about it.
Right.
And you Black, Hispanic, Native Americans that also want to take heed to that ideology, they're gonna have to perish along the way.
That's right.
Unless they repent. They don't need to learn the ways of God or what their duty is, like I said before. They gotta live righteously in these last days. Not that you can eat whatever you want, do whatever you want, for the sake of Sabbath days and high holy days. You gotta follow the laws of God to a T.
That's right.
So that's our heritage. Go ahead.
Sirach 1:29. Be not a hypocrite in the sight of men.
Don't be a hypocrite in the sight of men. So let's come out teaching. We're not hypocrites. We keep the law. Shut up, devil. Go ahead.
And take good heed what thou speakest.
Exactly. Take heed what thou speakest. We speak the law of God, righteousness, and these prophecies. What are you talking about?
He doesn't kick them down.
Really?
Yeah, God gives you a hand up. He doesn't kick them
Why didn't he
down.
give you a hand up out of that wheelchair?
I know. That's
right.
Why are you in a
I just
wheelchair?
can't walk. Did somebody attack me from the back?
That was God's will.
Judgment.
That was God's will, right? Was that God's will? Was that God's will?
Yes.
Okay.
We're here for a test.
So he put you down. So
That's
God
right.
lifted you up, he put you
Help
down,
other
right?
people, not kick them down.
God kicked you down in that wheelchair.
Not
Damn, devil. God kicked you down in that wheelchair, right? He did. You can't walk because God allowed to
That's
happen.
right.
God doesn't.
Oh, really?
Devil's dead.
Get
Devil's
Second
dead.
Samuel 1. Get
God
Second
can only
Samuel
help
1.
you help yourself.
Right.
He's not
We're going to read the Bible. We're going to see what God
Demons
says.
will destroy it.
We're going to see what God says, devil. We don't know the Bible.
Don't be called to be something that ain't.
You're a devil. You're a devil. That's clear. You deserve to be in that wheelchair because God ordained
You
it.
don't know.
That's right.
I know you're the devil. Shut
No,
up.
you
Read.
don't.
1 and 2.
What's your
2
name?
Samuel 1:6.
What's your name,
Young
David?
man that told me.
First thing.
There'll be a line on what they call Paul's Christ. Trying to say that all
First
in
thing.
Unless like something
But God's sons were creators. They help me put this
Yeah, whatever.
That's the words of the devil.
That's good.
1 Samuel 2:6.
Read.
God killeth.
Who?
God killeth.
God killeth and what else?
And maketh alive.
Exactly. God gonna put you to death, put you in a wheelchair, or bring you back to life. Read.
He bringeth down.
He brings who down?
He bringeth down.
God brings down. He puts you in that wheelchair. Read.
To the grave.
Exactly. Go ahead.
And bringeth us.
Exactly. God gonna put you to death, put you in a wheelchair, or he gonna bring you up out of it.
That's
Period.
right.
I've seen God.
That's all. It's all God's will.
I've seen God. Look in my eyes. If you.
No, you're right
I
there.
have.
You're on that sign. You're the damn devil.
That's right.
You're the devil. Who do you help?
My name is David.
David? What does that mean?
Look in the Bible.
You're not King David.
I'm not, no.
So what does that mean?
Don't you know the love of God?
That's not you.
Yeah.
You're hated of God.
You're beloved of God in a wheelchair? He crippled you. What are you talking about?
God did.
Yes, he did. We just read it. Read that part again.
God doesn't destroy.
Read.
God creates good.
Really?
The Lord.
Bring that out.
Yeah, Isaiah 45
There's
and
more
7.
than one God.
Yeah, Isaiah 45 and 7.
God
Bring
is
that out.
one.
This devil don't know a damn thing. We're going to read the Bible and prove you don't know a damn thing.
You think
Get this
God
devil on
created
camera.
everything?
Look at this devil.
He said, let us create.
In a damn wheelchair talking
God
reckless,
didn't
acting like
say,
you know the Bible.
He created man in my image. He said, let
He didn't
us
create the white
God
man in
in
his
our image.
You're the only person without color on the earth. He didn't create you.
That's right.
You're a deformed
You don't
devil.
think white's the color?
You're.
White's the color of purity.
Who said that?
The
White
file.
color of purity.
Ha!
Right.
Yeah,
Read that.
devil.
Read
You're a
that.
devil, man.
Go ahead.
God's not white.
Goddamn
You're not
devil.
pure.
Of course you think
You're a
God's
damn
not
drag ass
white.
on the side of the street.
Unclean.
Shut
I'm an
up.
artist.
Read.
I live on the
45 and 7.
I live on a boat.
Isaiah 45:7.
Bring it out.
And thou sayest, I shall be a lady.
I own the captain ship, do you? I'm not a homeless person on the side of the street. I'm an artist. I live in Sausalito.
Yeah, exactly.
Isaiah 45:7.
Bring it
I
out.
form the light
Read.
and create darkness.
Go ahead.
I make peace
Read.
and create
Who
evil.
does this?
I, the Lord,
The
do
Lord-
all these things.
The Lord creates good and evil. He puts you up, brings you down, does all that stuff. He gonna kill you if he wants. He gonna bring you back to life if he wants. His choice was to put you in a damn wheelchair and sit your ass down. Period.
God.
loves you, tell him to heal you.
Exactly.
Let's see if he heals you.
Do you think God creates it? God said, let us create man in our image.
Not you. He didn't create you in his image. There were no white people on the earth back then. There weren't white people on the earth back then with Adam and Eve.
You want that?
Bet. Go ahead. Prove it.
You want that?
Prove it.
I don't have to prove it.
Of course, because you can't.
Yeah, Esau.
White people were not on the earth at
I'm
that
an
time.
artist. I go out and create something good every day.
That don't mean nothing. That don't mean a damn thing.
What do y'all do? Y'all keep people down?
No. We're for our people.
That's right.
12 tribes of Israel. You're not an Israelite. You're an Edomite. You're God's worst enemy. That's who. The white people that run this earth are related to you. You commit all the wickedness. You don't. Get up the street.
I've seen God.
No, you're not. You haven't seen God. God doesn't know you, and God hates you. And you're going into slavery.
That's right.
You keep saying you want to bet, you can't prove nothing.
13, mission 2. Selling plaza.
I've shown you at the Bible. I'm reading the words of God.
What other people are. I know because when I see it, it's true.
You haven't
What
seen
I
nothing.
do, I go out and help people.
No, you don't. What do you help people with?
I help people.
How?
I can.
How?
When I can, I help.
Doing what? What do you do? Like what? Oh, because you're lying. You're a damn liar.
Father of.
I'm an artist, do you?
You just lied.
I'm
Shut
an
up.
artist.
Get John 8:44. What you got?
Romans 9 and 12.
Read.
It was said unto the elder shall sell the younger.
We're talking about Jacob and Esau. You're Esau.
That's right.
We're Jacob. Read.
As it is written,
Uh-huh.
Jacob have I loved,
Jacob, the Israelites have I loved.
but Esau have I hated.
Esau's your forefather. God hates you. In the New Testament.
That's right.
There's no escape. You're going to be judged according to all your people's works. You're going to be put to death, put in slavery, and then put to death again. No, we're reading the Bible. Get Isaiah 63.
Just because you think it's in there and you're supposed to, doesn't mean it's right.
You don't know the Bible. That's clear. You don't believe in God. You don't believe in anything but yourself.
Will heal me and
No, he's not going to heal you. He's not going to heal
I'm
you.
alive. I was in a coma for 19 days with my own
All
by
praise.
myself.
Well, praise you. You should have died, man.
Exactly.
Yeah, I should.
Yeah, I should have put you
God
to
brought
death.
me out.
Now he can put you in the wheelchair, right?
He saves the wicked for the final
Yeah,
judgment.
exactly.
Yeah. Preserving
You'll be
him.
away.
The final judgment.
Preserving, man.
Exactly. You're preserved for judgment, man. You're preserved for a nuclear bomb on your face. That's what's going to happen. You're going to get hit with a nuclear
That's
strike.
right.
You're going to go into slavery under who the world calls Christ, and you're going to be exterminated.
Remember that judgment when you see my face.
What?
Remember that judgment when you see my
You
face.
see his face. Wow.
You're going to be my slave in the kingdom. That's what's
That's
happening.
right.
That's right.
You are. You don't believe in God.
Oh, I love your people a
I
little
don't
bit, man.
I go out and work for myself. I don't depend on other people.
Fuck yourself.
Yeah, once you
That's a
go,
damn shame.
love your people, man.
I love my people. Fuck yourself.
Love your people, man.
I love my
Get
people.
out, man.
Fuck yourself.
They are
Get out,
hard.
brother.
You talk to strangers.
Get
you
out.
open up all kinds of fucking doors.
Get out.
Love yours, man.
You understand
Love
what I'm
yours,
saying?
man.
You
What's that
open
to
up
do?
all kinds of doors.
What doors are those?
God bless and love all.
Perception.
What are you talking about? What perception?
I'm telling you to love your people, man.
I don't need advice from you.
What perception are you
Any kind
talking
of
about?
advice.
Explain.
I didn't talk to you. You opened the door and talked to me.
What is that a problem?
It is now.
Okay, well explain.
I am explaining.
Okay, so what perception do you have now?
I don't talk to strangers. As a rule. Are we strangers? You know
Sure,
me.
you're my brother though.
We know each other.
I can see you, my brother.
I don't know.
You're a brother. So am I? Oh, him?
Look at him.
Deal
You're
with
my
him.
brother, man. Get out, man. Love your people, man.
I'm saying the same message.
Love. You're talking to me about love?
Love your people, man.
Maybe I don't like love.
What? You don't like love? That doesn't make sense. You love her? You
In
love
any
her?
case, talking to people you don't know is hazardous.
I don't think so.
We're gonna have to agree to disagree.
All right, that's fine. Don't get offended at what we say then, if that's the case. You have a blessed night as well. Separate from the devil. What you got?
Know that dog, man.
That dude's wicked. He loves the dog way more than his people. You have a question?
That's good. You asked me. Yeah, question. That's nice. You're very kind. Thank you.
Do you have a question?
Thank you. You are very kind.
strangers is very hazardous. How? Okay, well, then show me.
Like, you holding hands with a stranger.
I'm not worried about none of that, man.
Yeah, like, he got mad. He know he's wrong. That's why he got mad. He got hella mad. He with a damn dog, your enemy. You want to be a white man so bad, he got a damn comb over.
Yeah,
what the hell? Like, what kind of hairdo is that, bro? Like, get out of here.
Punch.
Damn coon. Anyways, where are you at, man? Is this Rockville? Oh, no, we passed it. He had it out. He disappeared. We was talking to him. Anyways, talking to strangers is very hazardous. What?
We do it all the time.
All right, bro. Damn shame, man. He's gonna protect the white man over anybody else. He's gonna be a collaborator in the last days and get put to death right along with him.
Hey, he was like, what did you say something about? I'm not worried about love.
I don't like love.
Hold it.
You're like, do you love her? He didn't answer that question.
Oh, yeah, she gonna get on him now.
Why didn't you say you love me?
Exactly. I'm talking to him. Like, yeah, you don't want to talk to me.
You don't want
I'll cut you. Like, you're gonna get put to death. Anyways,
I'm not worried about none of that. It's hazardous.
Nigga, what does that mean? Actually, you ran the track 129. Yeah, man, our people love the enemy so much. It's just ridiculous, man.
So tell her to take the chain off.
Yeah, like, bro, you just a sympathizer, man. You collaborator. It's a damn shame. And that's the main thing about California. California got a whole bunch of integration going on. And it doesn't make sense. We see black people with Asians, black people with white women, black people with damn East Indian women, Arabs, all this shit, like Japheth. I done seen all of that in Sacramento for sure. And obviously the Bay Area is just a melting pot of this nonsense. And our people need to learn to separate from each other, or from these other heathens. Come together with blacks, Hispanics, Native Americans. Like, she didn't even look good. Like, what are you with that dog for? Like, what's the point? Are you gonna make a threat? Okay, well, explain. He couldn't even elaborate on what he said, because you know they're making it up. Go ahead.
Quran 6:2. Extol not thyself in the counsel of thy own heart, that thy soul be not torn in pieces as a bull alone.
Right.
Thou shalt eat up thy leaves and lose thy fruit.
Go ahead.
And leave thyself as a dry tree.
Exactly. You're gonna leave yourself as a dry tree. Read.
And a wicked soul shall destroy him that have it.
Exactly. A wicked soul shall destroy him that has it. So you're gonna be destroyed if you let go of that fruit. What's the fruit? The wisdom, knowledge, and understanding.
That's right.
And shall make him to be laughed to scorn of his enemies.
Exactly. The enemy's gonna laugh at you because he's gonna see you come down. But these other nations that are in the know we're the Israelites, and they know they can inflict this all they want because we don't keep the laws. You got 2 to 4? You got
that shit.
Okay. Get Sirach 12 to 13 to 15. Yeah, I mean, that was a terrible display. Like that brother's lost his damn mind. I mean, I'm not surprised. Because he didn't want to address me, he wanted to address him. I'm like, am I your brother? He didn't want to answer that. He didn't want to answer that at all. Do you love her? He didn't want to answer that either. Because he's making it up. But anyways, yeah, man, he gonna learn the hard way. Just like I brought her earlier.
Yeah, man. This guy right here, he doesn't read the Bible, man. It's just, oh, gloria a Dios, hallelujah, hallelujah. Yeah, exactly what he is.
It's rhetoric, man. It's feel good, prosperity doctrine. What do you think?
The word of God. The Bible says,
In Hebrews.
the Bible says, I remember him, he told us the Bible says, the Bible says, the Bible says. He doesn't read the Bible.
He went to white man's school and learned how to speak like that. Ah man, it's so sad to see. It's so sad to see. But go ahead, man.
Sirach 12 and 13.
Go ahead.
Who will pity a charmer?
Who's gonna pity a charmer? Read.
That is bitten with a serpent.
So you playing with fire, you play with a serpent, you're gonna get bit. That's why it says you flee from a sin like a serpent. Go ahead.
Or any such as come nigh wild beasts. So one that goeth to a sinner.
Exactly. Read.
And is defiled with him in his sins.
Exactly. So you on the fence about certain things, you go chill with a sinner, you're gonna be defiled with what he got going on. You're gonna succumb to his wickedness and his ideology. You're gonna be just like him and reap that punishment. That's what our brother that walked by with that white woman, he's gonna reap the punishment along with her. He's gonna be thrust too, like it says in Isaiah 13 and 15. Because they're not supposed to be joined unto it. It says that in Proverbs too. They're not supposed to be joined unto it. Read.
Who would pity? For a while he will abide with thee.
Read.
But if thou begin to fail, he will not tarry.
Exactly. That's talking about somebody that's in sin. They see you going downhill, you getting punished, he gonna leave. He not even gonna worry about you. He don't care about you. But a brother in the truth gonna lift you up and bear that burden with you and support you and tell you what you need to do to get back right. We get back right with the Most High first and foremost. And more than likely it has to do with you probably committing a sin, not repenting for that sin and keep doing it. Because it's all spiritual, like I said. Our people need to come back to these laws of the Bible, have faith in the Mashiach and Yahushua, and start keeping these laws better than what we used to do in the past. Get Sirach 19:26. What's that?
King is tested.
It's el diablo, right?
Yeah, that's the diablo. You know who this is, though? ¿Habla inglés? ¿Puede hablar español?
No, pero español también.
Ok. ¿Sí lo conoce? ¿De dónde es?
Claro que sí, de Honduras.
Son hondureños.
Debbie.
El diablo. Pero
it's a fucking black, right?
Yeah, no, es el diablo. Es el diablo. Pero este hombre se llamaba César Borgia. Era hijo del Papa de Roma, de la Iglesia Católica, Alejandro VII.
Dicen los white, los blancos, ¿verdad?
Jesucristo no blanco.
Got it.
Definitely. You're on your way.
Hey, ustedes, vengan. Toda nuestra gente que estamos en Centroamérica, nosotros somos descendientes de un tribu de Israel.
Un tribu de Israel, ya no.
Que se llama Sebulun. Tenemos que guardar las leyes de Dios. ¿Okay?
Si se muere, ¿para dónde se va? Si se muere, ¿para dónde se va?
Ahorita hablamos de eso.
De la Biblia.
Bendito sea el nombre de Jesús.
I got it, bro. I got it.
¿Tiene papel?
Ya, ahorita hablaré de eso. Tengo un papel aquí y todo.
Ok, le quiero escribir, la clase en español que nuestro hermano hace.
Ahorita tendré eso, bro.
Oye, venga aquí.
No flyers.
Ábrele a cada amigo que va a escuchar el mensaje de salvación, Padre. Servir en el nombre de Jesús, Padre. Toca los corazones, toca la vida, Padre. Tu palabra poderosísima, Señor. Aleluya, bendiga cada amigo.
Yeah, he looked at the Jesus with the horns. He's like, so where do we go when we die then?
Listen. Yeah, hold this.
So when he comes back, tell him that's the Spanish classes, all right?
Yeah. Yeah, and write your number down. Or your brother's number. Go ahead.
there, 19, Sirach 19:26. There's a wicked man that hanging down his head sadly.
Exactly, this is a wicked man that hanging down his head sadly. He's talking about him acting it out, him pretending to be sad. Read.
But inwardly he is full of deceit.
Exactly, inwardly he's full of deceit. He might present himself as shameful, but he's full of deceit. Read.
Casting down his countenance and making as if he heard not.
Exactly, making it as if he not in making like he's not in wickedness. He gonna present himself as a damn snake, acting like he's being afflicted or some sort. Read.
Where he is not known, he will do thee a mischief before thou be aware.
Exactly, he's gonna do mischief before you're aware, because he presents himself as somebody that's lowly just like yourself. That's 28. Go to 28. 26 and 28.
Verse 28. And if for want of power he be hindered.
Exactly, for want of power he be hindered. Read.
From sinning. Yet when he findeth opportunity, he will do evil.
Exactly, he's gonna find an opportunity to do evil, so he's gonna hang around you while you're doing, quote unquote worldly stuff. And if he think he can get over on you, he's gonna get over on you. He's gonna sell you out. You might get licked together. He might snitch on you. He's gonna do evil to you. Even though you hang around him, that's why it says don't even hang around a sinner.
Right.
Flee from a sinner, flee from the serpent. It's pretty simple. Separate from wickedness, whether it's these heathens or your own people. If it's your own people, obviously you gotta tell them the truth of what to do. These heathens, separate them from them completely. Because rub off, this spirit gonna rub off on you. They don't believe in God. None of these people believe in God. I don't care what they're talking about. That heathen that came up in the beginning of camp said he believed in God. Didn't know a damn thing about the Bible.
That's right.
Talking about heaven and hell, like no, none of that's biblical. No spiritual hells in the Bible, period. Wisdom of Solomon 9, 14. And read the 18. Wisdom 9, 14, 18. Yeah, we're gonna have to start getting on these interracial couples. These black and Hispanics with white women, Asian women, and all that garbage. Right. I'm just gonna ask them a simple question. Like, hey, what made you get with an Asian or a white woman? What's wrong with your own women? Yeah, exactly. Don't you think it's better than her?
Hey, it's hazardous tough. Like, before we came to this over the streets, man, like, that was gonna scare them. You know what I mean? Like,
I'm looking at him like, okay.
Explain.
Yeah, go into it. What are you talking about? What's happening? We're right here. Like, we're gonna be here next week after that, whatever the case may be. I don't care what you're talking about. You're right here talking that same garbage. I'm gonna look right in your face and be like, okay, well, what's up? I gotta defend myself. Hey, I'm not worried about it though. I'm gonna tell you that dog hit a dog to her face. She's right. Damn devil. Go ahead. Solomon 9, 14, 18.
Wisdom of Solomon 9, 14, and 14.
Yep.
For the thoughts of mortal men are miserable.
Exactly, the thoughts of mortal men are miserable. Because you got your own thoughts in your head, and it's not even on anything righteous. How you doing, brother? So we got to dwell on things that the Most High wants to dwell on, which is the laws. So you thinking about things in the world, you stressed out, bugged out of your mind, thinking how you going to pay your next bill. Of course you're miserable, because you know damn well it's supposed to be better than this. This ain't life. What's it say? What's that song though? This can't be life with Jay-Z? This can't be life. For the Israelites, so we know where we're supposed to be. Go ahead.
And our devices are but uncertain.
Exactly, the devices are uncertain. There's no guarantee what we plan up is going to come to pass. But the Most High's prophecy is going to come to pass. Everything that he wrote is going to come to pass, thus saith the Most High. If we repent, we're going to be saved. That number. Whoever is wicked is going to perish. It's already written. It's up to us to teach our people to tell them what needs to go down. Go ahead.
For the corruptible body presses down the soul.
Exactly, the corruptible body presses down the soul. That's what Paul was going into. There's a law in my flesh that's warning against the law in my inward parts. That's all he was talking about. The flesh is weak. The spirit is willing, but the flesh is weak. That's all it's referencing. All those precepts go hand in hand. Read.
And the earthly tabernacle.
Your body, read.
weighing down the mind.
Exactly, your earthly tabernacle weighs down your mind. What you going through, that affliction, it weighs down your mind. Because your thoughts are miserable. You're not thinking about the Most High on a day-to-day basis like you should be. Dwelling in His law, knowing that your chastisement is only for a short period of time, according to His will. Go ahead.
That museth upon many things.
Go ahead.
And hardly do we guess right at things that are upon the earth.
Exactly. It's not a guarantee that we're gonna get things right because we're guessing at it. We're not doing things according to the Most High's will. He's not guiding your steps according to what he wants you to do.
Se muere para dónde va. Se muere para dónde va. Por fe, amigo. Si usted recibe a Cristo en su corazón, si usted acepta a Cristo y usted cree en Él, usted ha nacido de nuevo. Dice la Biblia en el libro de Romanos, nueva criatura.
No, I think I've seen this before. I know I've seen that before. Yeah, that's what you guys do.
Hold this.
Oiga.
Blackwood, like when I was growing up, my parents always used to make fun, not about just my parents, but like my cousins, when I get a haircut, they'd make fun of my hair, like, oh, you got that Indian hair, this, that, because my waves was banging way harder than everybody else, you know? Like my fro would be held in that, as soon as I cut it, my waves would be banging, you know? They were like, oh, you got that Indian hair, so. Yeah, and my dad, you know, my dad, like, my supposed dad, he signed my brother's birth certificate, but, like, he didn't sign mine. His name is on there, but not his signature, you know? Just my mom, and my mom was kind of, she was a whore, man. My mom was sleeping around, you know? I got a Pakistani little brother, you know? I got a little brother that's half Pakistani, you know? It's more like, and then she, you know, so, I think I'm, Gad, yeah.
I'm Gadite? What tribe are you from?
I think I'm Gad.
I know, but as far as
I can't even say because like when I was growing up, my parents and my family used to always make fun of my hair. You know, they used to always say I got that Indian hair. I know they weren't talking about like that Indian hair. They always say I got the Indian hair. My dad, I don't look nothing like my mom or my dad. You know?
Really?
Yeah.
Are they dark skinned?
No, yeah, they dark skinned, but my mom got around, man. She got like, I got a half Pakistani brother, man. She got knocked up by a Pakistani.
But your dad's a Gadite, Native American?
My dad, he's supposed to be black, but like his picture, like I was looking at some pictures of like the Native Americans and like all the pictures they have on like Pinterest and stuff. Like there's a picture on there that looked just like one of the Native American pictures.
Yeah, because there's different types of Native Americans. Mostly the ones in the southeastern part, Florida, Georgia. Those are Seminole Indians. So those are different than the actual Gadites. So Seminole Indians are Reubenites. So you might be a Reubenite depending on where your family goes back to.
Yeah, that.
Did y'all grow up on the East Coast?
No, I'm from out here. Like my mom's side is from the south of Texas, but my dad's side is from out here.
Okay, so yeah, you might be a Gadite for sure. You familiar with the Israelites?
Yeah, I heard about it, Moses and them, and I know I seen that on YouTube, man. I seen that on YouTube. Like when I was watching the Hidden Colors documentary, like down on YouTube, I seen somebody hold that sign, but I never clicked on it. You know, that's why I stopped. Like that looked familiar.
Yeah. So you believe in the Bible?
Yeah, I believe in it. I read it sometimes, you know, like, but it's like when I read it, I just read it like when I'm down and out, and I just flip it and start reading it. And that's why, that's why I believe it, because like when I just open it and start reading, like I'm just onto something to just help me out, you know, whatever I'm going through.
You're right on point too.
I was like, all right, that's cool, you know. And I tried. Oh, you guys read the Bible too?
Of course.
Yeah.
You know, have you watched Israelite videos online? YouTube?
I might have.
Write that down. Get another page and write the art channel down. All the Sakari channel.
Wait. The what are they called? The ISCK, the IS,
Yeah,
double
ISCK.
S, yeah, the
ISCK,
UPK.
yeah. That's another
And then-
camp. We're familiar with them.
Then I see some purple dudes.
IUIC,
some purple
yeah.
dudes in Oakland at the BART station. They were just screaming at people.
Yeah. I mean, that's common, but, you know, it's all for a purpose.
Yeah,
So,
yeah,
that's
yeah.
a different camp. There's different camps, obviously. We're different camp. We're Sakari.
Like the Hitman.
Sakari's like a dagger man, yeah. Like in ancient Rome, there was Sakari. Sakari all it means is dagger man. So basically we were kind of like a zealot group. We were going against like the white Romans that were oppressing us. And we were like killing them basically. We were dressing up in like ninja, like I don't want to say ninja suits, but in like cloaks and like hoodies, like the, you know, Assassin's Creed, the video game, kind of like that.
Okay.
But they were Negroes. So we would go around.
Okay, so this is like around the time where where they invaded.
Exactly. Rome took over the world pretty much.
Yeah, when they started taking over the world.
So there were Jews there. The real Jews are Negroes for the most part. So
I know Jesus is black, man. I first heard that in the Malcolm X movie. You know, Malcolm X said that.
Malcolm X knew the truth.
Yeah, Malcolm X said that, and then it's like after I was in that movie, like I never heard nothing else about it. You know, then I might see like a couple black Jesus pictures here and there, but other than that, you know, people would say, "Oh, I know Jesus is black," but nobody got a black Jesus picture.
Of course.
You know, like
because they whitewashed it.
Yeah, yeah.
Because if you read, if you go into the history of how they, you know about Christopher Columbus.
Yeah, Christopher.
So he came over here with this picture. This is an actual man that lived called Caesar Borgia, in the Borgia crime family. There's actually a Netflix special on him. How this guy was a son of Pope Alexander VI of Rome. So when the Romans rose up, Alexander the Great, you know Alexander, right? The white Alexander. He was the first great white conqueror of the earth at the time.
Yeah, he was, yeah.
So he conquered the earth. He basically was a, you know, basically.
Y envió su Hijo unigénito para que todo aquel que le crea no se pierda, mas tenga vida eterna. Amigo, la salvación es por fe de la palabra. No es por obra, para que nadie se moríe.
So this one is you guys, San Francisco?
Yeah, we're San Francisco. So you go on YouTube. This will be loaded up for YouTube probably tonight or tomorrow. But there's plenty of videos in our main campus in Dallas, San Diego, Seattle, Atlanta. We all over the country.
I'll be in Dallas sometimes.
I'll be going to South
Dallas. Giant eyeball. That's how I
Giant eyeball. That's where the whole camp is. So if you go to Dallas, our main camp's out there. Yeah, it's like that. There's plenty of different camps. Like I said, we're all pretty much preaching the same thing. Our people, the Negroes, Hispanics, Native Americans, are the children of God. We're the Israelites of the Bible. The prophecies in the Bible, you know, Moses, we mentioned Moses earlier, right? Exactly. So there's prophecies that Moses gave, that the Most High gave to Moses, about how if we keep the laws of God, we will prosper. If we forsake the laws of God and not keep them, and commit idolatry, and eat certain abominable foods, you know, all different types of wickedness, we would go into slavery. And that's what happened. We get this verse about Jesus, because I know you say you mentioned that first, but get Revelation 1.
Revelations 1 and 12. And I turned to see the voice that spake with me.
This is John the Revelator in the spirit, read.
And being turned, I saw 7 golden candlesticks.
Look like this. Menorah, it's called menorah.
Menorah.
Exactly.
And in the midst of 7 candlesticks, one like unto the Son of Man.
Son of Man is who?
Jesus.
Cloth with the garment down to the foot, and girt about the paps with the golden girdle.
Read.
And his head, and his hair, white like wool.
White like wool, so yeah, woolly hair, read.
White as snow.
White woolly hair, read.
And his eyes were a flame of fire. And his feet like unto fine brass.
His feet, the same color the earth is like. Fine brass, what's brass?
It's like dark brown.
Exactly, read.
As if they burned in the furnace.
So Jesus Christ is dark skin hair with woolly hair. So obviously, who is this guy?
The devil.
Right. Exactly, he's a deceiver. That's all devil means. Devil just means deceiver. The white man's the chief deceiver of the earth. When Alexander came into power, he conquered the earth. He changed all the rules of the earth. We can get that in a second, but
didn't he burn like all the ancient libraries in Egypt?
Exactly, Alexandria, all the ancient,
all the knowledge. So
exactly,
like start over.
Exactly.
With his story.
Exactly. So yeah, obviously they changed some of the history.
My great grandma used to always say that the white man ain't nothing but a blonde-haired, blue-eyed devil.
That's right.
Hey,
she's right. She knows the truth. Because, like I said, people forget we came in here in slavery. Like we don't read the prophecy of this devil being, because let me show you something real quick. This is the Bible that everybody reads regularly, regular King James Bible. But this are the books that they took out. The Apocrypha. There's 14 books that the Protestant church took out in the 1700s.
Yeah, I heard about some books taken out, and it was like a second Bible or something like that.
It's not a second Bible. It's this Bible. It's this Bible.
Second Bible.
1611 version. The 1611 version has both of these in the same book. Right. So when you look at this,
so they took that one out of that one.
Exactly. The 1700s. So this is the 1611 version. The first, pretty much the King James, they think King James is white. That's a lie. King James is black.
King James is black.
King James is black. He was the king of England and Scotland at the same time. Because his aunt or his grandmother was the Queen of England. Because you know about the Moors, right?
The Moors are the black people in North Africa and Europe.
Yeah. All Moors aren't the same people, but we ruled Europe. Black people ruled Europe.
Was it more like a derogatory term that they used to black people?
Yeah, kind of like nigger. Like, it means black. Exactly. Moor means black. Nigger means black. All that. It just means black. That's it. Moor just means black. Whoever was black, they called a Moor. So they call Ethiopians Moors. They call different Africans Moors. But we're actually not African. Israel's in Africa, but we're not African. They're called Hamites. We're Israelites. But let's get back to the point. This book was translated by King James 1611. So they were mad at him. That's why they started demonizing his name, saying he's homosexual.
Yeah, you know what it means, those letters in that book?
Roman numeral? What are you talking about?
That letters in that book, do you mean what it means?
What letter? What are you talking about?
Right in the book.
This?
No.
What are you talking about?
Yeah, bro, you want some other stuff.
What are you talking about?
No, they thought.
Holy Bible? What about it?
Are you going to say basic instructions before you read?
Oh, an acronym? I mean, that's something you can say.
that's something we did.
Let me explain. They took out these verses, and we're going to read in the Apocrypha, the book that they took out, how King Solomon, you know who King Solomon is, right?
King Solomon was David's
exactly.
son.
So he prophesied that this will be something that was growing up. So you were saying?
Wait, was he David's father or son?
Solomon's King David's son.
King David's son.
Exactly.
Okay. So David was before Solomon.
Exactly. King David had Solomon. And Solomon obviously was the wisest man that ever lived.
Yeah, the wisest man.
And he had all the knowledge.
He had, they said that, I don't know if it's true or not, but the roster say he knocked up. Yeah, they got the,
that's not true.
I don't believe that. Sadly, some guy, he ain't no white man. He ain't no white man. You don't even got dreadlocks. How they gonna worship their culture? They say he's the leader of their thing, and they all got dreads, but he never had dreads.
Exactly. It's nonsense. It's a form of idolatry at the end of the day, because we don't, our people didn't wear dreads technically.
Acuérdate de mí cuando venga en tu reino. Dice la Biblia que Jesucristo le dijo, el mismo en el paraíso. Dice la Biblia que este ladrón de la ley.
Heaven is real, my friend. Exists.
How did y'all find this out? I mean, how did...
Coming to this knowledge?
Yeah, I mean, that's some deep stuff, man.
I mean, it's all spiritual. It's a spiritual thing. Like I said, if you believe in God, you know it's great to have a physical manifestation on earth as a spirit realm, and you know God ordains everything. So people say they read the Bible, but the Bible is only basically supposed to be interpreted by us. Because we're the prophets of God. Black Hispanics, Native Americans, we're God's chosen people. This Bible's only for us. Right. So when you think about the church, what do they teach in the church?
Give money.
Exactly. Prosperity doctrine. Oh, you sow a seed, you get 100-fold back.
Nah.
Oh, love everybody. But that's a white man's doctrine. Because when the white man conquered the earth, he came with this white image. He's Jesus now. Bad on me. He treats me like a god. But I just want to say that for no reason. Just to finish the point. They came up with this white image, and they also changed the Bible. So that's why our people are like, oh, that's a white man's book. But if you read the Bible, it's all black people in the Bible.
Right. Christ had woolly dreads.
Exactly. That's not even the only places. Most of the places that says the Jews are black.
All white. I would change that first.
But they can't do that though, because they had to basically blind us and use it as a tool. Because that's what the Romans. That's what Romans did at the end of the day.
That's why they didn't want us to read the slavery.
Exactly. But they didn't say, oh, we read the Bible for 40 years. No,
Actually, if you look in the Smithsonian museum, they got like an edited as version that these kids are slaves. Every little thing that hinted towards the venue and towards everything. It's
exactly taken out. That's why you seen
it was like this.
You seen Birth of a Nation, right? Matt Turner?
No, I haven't seen it.
But you know what he did?
No, I
right?
get mad when I watch the movies, man. I can't watch like the 12
But that's it's a powerful. Those are powerful.
Mad, man.
I mean, I didn't watch 12 Years a Slave either, but Birth of a Nation, that's a powerful movie because Matt Turner was raised up as a child preacher in the slave plantation. But they told him to read certain scriptures to the congregation. But he went back while they went around at night and started reading the Bible for himself. And that's why he's like, wait a minute. We're enslaved. Like, God's talking to me. And that's how he rebelled. That's why when the Haitians rebelled in France, they tried to be like, okay, well, maybe we got to do something about this. Because the Haitians were helping all the South Central Americans be free from the white man. Because they killed off all the princes out of Haiti. That's why Haiti's in shambles right now. The white man won't help them because he kicked them off the island back in 1804. Yeah. So now what are the Clintons doing? The Clintons are oppressing them, stealing all the oil and gold from Haiti. That's what they're doing. So the Central and South Americans are all Native Indians. Those are all the Northern Kingdom of Israel that came over here back 2700 years ago.
I'm sorry, I was watching a video about something. It was like something about the lost lands or something. And then it was like number 5 was the Aztecs, and like their land was at its something. It had an A and Z. Yeah, it was that, and they said that they said they didn't know where the natives came from, but they know they came from somewhere. They weren't native here.
Yeah, exactly. They came from Israel. And that's in the Bible, that's in the Apocrypha too. The book they took out, we're going to read that, but we're going to read about this.
Oh, yeah.
Wisdom of Solomon 14:12. For the devising of idols.
This is the idol, right?
Yeah, idols.
Was the beginning of spiritual fornication.
Spiritual fornication. So you start following this white man, you're spiritually going off because God only told you to serve him. Correct? Yeah. So if you follow the so-called white man, that's a false thing. Go ahead.
And the invention of them the corruption of life.
Exactly, the corruption of life. They invented this person, right? Or this image.
For neither were they from the beginning, neither shall they be forever.
Exactly. So this light ain't gonna last long. Go ahead.
For by the vain glory of men, they enter into the world. And therefore shall they come short into an end.
So they're gonna be destroyed in the end time. Go ahead.
For a father afflicted with untimely mourning.
Father afflicted with untimely mourning. That's talking about Caesar Borgia's father, Rodrigo Borgia. Go ahead.
When he had made an image of his child.
He made an image of his child. This is his son, Caesar Borgia. Go ahead.
Soon taken away.
Exactly, soon taken away. So Rodrigo Borgia was already dying when he created his son. Go ahead.
Now honor him as a God.
Honor this man as a God. It's supposed to be Jesus Christ. But Solomon already Exactly. That's all idolatry. All idolatry. Exactly.
Which was then a dead man.
He was a dead man. This man was dead when he did it. Go ahead.
And delivered to those that were under him ceremonies and sacrifices.
Exactly. This is ceremony sacrifice. Any portion to bow down and worship him as a God. This is a false God, a false image. This is a person that lived. And if you study the history, like I said, there's a documentary called Borgia's Crime Family.
How you spell it?
B-O-R-G-I-A, I believe. Borgia. B-O-R-G-I-A. So I think it's on Netflix. Maybe you can YouTube it. Borgia's Crime Family. They talk about this dude, how he slept with his sister, he killed her husband, because he was, like, white people are just known for wickedness. Period. Like, when you read the Apocrypha, like I said, that's why all the books in the Apocrypha just expose all Christianity lies. People think, oh, you're a Christian, you can read the Bible. No, we're not. The Bible was only for us, the Bible. Written by us for us. Exactly. It's a slave doctrine. That's why it's all about prosperity and loving everybody. God doesn't love everybody, he only loves us. Exactly. That's in the spirit, brother. God flooded the world, how can he love everybody? And when Jesus comes back, he's going to kill a lot of people too. People don't believe that. That's right. He's going to be a second death.
Jesus going to kill people?
Yep.
Yeah. Check that out.
You think everybody's going to be saved?
No, it can't be like rapists and thieves and child molesters. They can't be saved, right?
Like I said, it's called the first death was the flood, the second death is the third one is the fire. It's going to be new cities, That's why we're telling you, you're aware of a little bit, you have a little bit of knowledge, brother.
Yeah, I read a lot, man.
But the overall,
but it's like y'all connecting a lot of dots right now. Man.
Yeah.
Like, it's like connecting dots, you know?
Then we're going to go to the other thing about Alexander, actually. How it was. Go ahead.
Custom process of time an ungodly custom grown strong was kept as a law.
Exactly. Ungodly custom was kept as a law. So when conquistadors came over here to the Americas, conquered Puerto Rico, Mexico, Colombia, all those places down in Central South America, Native Indians even, they brought this white image with them. They forced you to bow down to this white image or die. You study their history, they made you bow down or die.
Yeah, I'm right here.
That's what they had to do. You worship this white image or you die. So that's why people worship the white image today. All the people that were raised after that, after the people that rebelled died, all their kids were raised that this image was true. That's why you see more Mexicans, Hispanics coming up thinking that we're those type of wickedness, putting more of those white men. They think this white man's Jesus. You know it's not Jesus.
Yeah, I already know.
Exactly, but go ahead.
Engraving images worshipped by the commandments of kings.
Exactly. Graven image. This is a graven image of idol. They will force you to worship
who men could not honor in presence
exactly.
because they dwelt far off. They took the counterfeit of his visage for far. And made an express image of a king whom they honored.
Exactly, he made this image an express image of the king. So the king put the charge out to the Michelangelo. You know Michelangelo, so he painted back then.
Yeah, he did the Sistine Chapel.
Exactly, he painted this picture too.
Michelangelo?
Exactly. Him and, what's the other name? Michelangelo and,
it was like, you know, Da Vinci.
Da Vinci and Michelangelo painted this picture. There's a book called The Pillars, where it has all the sketches that they wrote painted this stuff. So there's a lot of history that's in the book that they'll never tell you about, but you gotta know. Because when you come into this truth, bro, we study history. You can't study history without, or study what's going to happen in the future if you don't know where you come from. That's right. And the Bible is a starting place, but history works so history with the Bible. And that's how you prove it.
To the end that by this, their forwardness, they might flatter him that was absent.
Exactly, flatter him that was absent, he's already dead. This image was placed on the four corners of the earth. That's why people bow to the white man wherever he goes. And it was honestly a gift that the Most High put on the white race to have, you know, power and weapons. That's all they're known for. They're not known for inventions. All the inventions they stole from us. We created almost everything in slavery. The wrench, the car, we created stoplights.
Eli Whitney did the cotton gin.
Exactly. We created almost everything in slavery. We were in slavery for what, 300, 400 years? Actually, maybe 300 years. 1619
1868, like 250 years.
Yeah, exactly. And we still trade things to this day.
But we still the same. You know, we got to pay taxes and go to work and shit. You know?
Exactly. You're absolutely right.
I can't stay home for a month straight without
at all.
You know?
Now they create this concrete you gotta live on. You gotta rent a building once a month.
Bad for your knees, bro.
Exactly.
It's bad for your knees.
Exactly.
These white people be going around jogging like it's all good. Nah, it's gonna fuck your knees up.
Exactly.
You're supposed to jog on the church.
Like, just imagine you go camping, man. Time goes by way slower. This is like when we're camping, bro, time just goes by so slow, bro. It's like a different energy when you get outside the city. And that's how you're naturally supposed to be. But what you got?
Yeah, but the devil's good. The white man does that so they didn't mess with the time, which was talked about in Daniel. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, got the daylight
Do you remember
savings.
when we were young? Do you remember when we were young, it was all analog clocks? Remember, you set it at a time, and after a while, it would be, you know what I'm saying, you have to reset it.
Reset it, yeah.
But now with the digital clock, you can mess with time for a while. Daniel 7 was about to go over. And that's the white man messing with time.
Exactly, it's prophesied in the Bible too. It's going to explain exactly what he did. This Gregorian calendar, it's not even biblical.
Or even the sidereal day. The sidereal day is a day that common today we're on. So this demonic beat subsistent, right? There's something called the sidereal day. It got like 4 extra seconds of the 24-hour period.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's another way that the damn devil is messing with time.
Yeah, I was watching something on the Illuminati that they live their life in a different time frame than the rest of the world.
I mean,
I don't know. It's like
ultimately-
Illuminati stuff, so I don't know if it's true or not. But I used to be into all that conspiracy theory stuff.
Yeah, that's what I was into.
all that
Honestly,
metaphysical
before I came to
stuff. Yeah.
that's what kind of started me. Cause I always believe in God regardless.
Yeah,
I just never went to church, never read the Bible. I'm like, man, I'm looking about some masonry, Illuminati stuff, all this madness. I'm like, man, I just prayed. I'm like, man, God, tell me what you want out of this earth. And he showed me this. And it all makes sense. It all lines up. The history itself. Because, like, so this book thing, obviously, you know about the Vatican, obviously, right? The Vatican has all the hidden artifacts there.
Yeah, they got everything they stole from
But
everybody.
there's certain things that they're digging up that's helping us prove who the Israelites are, who we are. Obviously, you're an Israelite. We're Israelites, Hispanics, Native Americans, and Negroes.
So that's like it's like a culture, or it's more of a
It's a heritage. It's our
yeah,
culture
like
and heritage.
Yeah, so we're not actually Afro, or I'm not actually
You're not necessarily Native American.
Afro American or whatever.
When you read this book, I tell this all the time. The story of ancient Americans. You know what this is?
That's the Mexican pyramid.
Los Lunas stone. This is a Los Lunas stone. This one.
Stone in the moon.
In New Mexico. The Los Lunas stone. Let me see if I can pull it up. This is basically an artifact of the Ten Commandments in Paleo-Hebrew.
Ten Commandments?
The Ten Commandments in Paleo-Hebrew.
On the Mexican pyramid?
No, it's a Los Lunas stone. It's carved inside of a mountain in New Mexico.
In Mexico?
New Mexico.
Hebrew?
Paleo-Hebrew. Exactly. It's an ancient Hebrew that we spoke in the land of Canaan. The Israelites spoke. So how is it in America? How did it get here?
That's another thing they said on that video. I was like, it was some white girl talking about ancient cities, and she was like, she was like one tribe met up with the other tribe, and they all spoke the same language.
Because they're Hebrew.
Yeah, but she didn't know what the hell she was just making a little shitty YouTube video.
I mean, like I said, they speak truth and lies at the same time.
Yeah, she was. Yeah, that right there. Yeah, that makes more sense.
There's more Hebrew artifacts in America than this. Because the 10 tribes of Israel are the Native Americans and Hispanics. They came over here about 2,700 years ago. They described that into a rock because they were Israelites. They tried to keep the laws of God. And then the white man came over and conquered them, took this white image, told them to bow down or die, and now the people forgot who they are. But now, like I said, it's a spiritual awakening at this point. You coming up here knowing a little bit about what you're talking about, we're filling in the gaps like you said before. We're filling in the gaps because it's a spiritual thing that's going on, and only the Israelites are going to get it. There's some people that aren't Israelites that know what's going on. There's some people that look up on YouTube about white people that know that we're the Israelites and we're Jews, because it's the truth. And God's going to reveal it within this due time. And it's a time that we have to be coming back into our heritage, which is the laws of God. 613 laws that were made by Moses and handed to the Israelites. That's our heritage. 613 laws.
It's not just the Ten Commandments?
No, those are basics. Like when you read Exodus, it's in Exodus, Moses went up to the mountain. Actually, no, before he went up to the mountain, God spoke to the whole nation. And the nation was so scared, like Moses, you go up and deal with him yourself. So Moses went up, 40 days, 40 nights. He wrote down the rest of them by himself. He burned the bush, gave it to him, wrote down the rest of the commandments. So the first 10 were spoken to the whole congregation.
Oh, and they just couldn't take the
Exactly. They were so scared because it was thunder and lightning. It was like, we're too scared to hear this. So that's why Moses had to go by himself, one-on-one with God or the angel.
And I remember reading one part when he came down and his face was going and they didn't want to look at him.
Yeah,
he
exactly.
had like light on his face.
Exactly, yep, exactly.
They didn't want to stare at him. Yeah, I think I
it was
read
spooked
that part.
because the Most High visited him face to face through an angel, not the Most High himself, but the angel who gave him that revelation.
Okay.
That's why. Well, I don't want to get off too far to subject, but
I know I got a lot of questions, and I know you're trying to.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Any question you got? What you doing?
Daniel 7:25.
Yeah, read that real quick.
And he shall take great words, speak great words against the Most High. He shall wear out the saints of the Most High.
Saints are the Israelites, read.
And think to change times.
Think to change times.
And laws.
And laws.
And they shall be given into his hand until times, and divided the times.
It's talking about a certain amount of time that this white man's going to be in rulership. They would succumb to his laws. So back in the day, there was no calendar. We go by the moon. The moon changes every day. There's a new moon, which is the dark moon, to the full moon, back to the dark moon. That's a full month. The sun represents hours. 12 hours is light, 12 hours is dark. That's how you, exactly. That's like a sundial. That's all we did back in the day. We knew exactly what time it was by the sun, and that's how it usually was. But now we got to go by the clock. Oh, the day begins in the morning. The day begins when the sun's up. That's not true. The day begins at night. Exactly. Right now it's a new day. It's a day, dark to light, back to dark. Because in the beginning, when God created the earth, it was dark. That's the beginning of everything. Dark to light, back to dark. And that's what it's referencing. So, you have another question though?
Man. Like, how long y'all been doing this? Like, how can I learn more about this? I mean, just watch the videos on YouTube.
You got that paper you gave me?
Yeah, I have it.
Right there, you never read that one.
But I got uncles that's like hardcore Christians, and I just don't like the way they get down with the Bible. I don't like the way they seem like they're better than me or something. I don't be going to their church all the time.
That's mad.
And then when I do go,
hit Act 7 real quick.
They just be in there singing. It's like a freaking concert in there.
Exactly.
They be in there. They brought out like 5 plates, man. They brought the plate out like 5 times, man.
That's all they do. Because you know why, right? They get a tax exemption. They have a 501c3.
Yeah, one of my uncles, he got a 501c3.
He's a pastor?
Well, he says he's not a pastor, but he got the certification. You know, he say he just he got that for the so he can read the Bible. But he's pretty much a pastor, but he don't say he's a pastor.
Of course he's a pastor.
Yeah.
I mean, he's not technically according to the Bible.
Yeah, because you don't actually have a church where he be behind the podium and preaching.
Where's he preach at?
No, he runs a recovery program, right? He has a 501c3, and he has his preacher license thing on there, and then he just be like ministering to the people in his program, like and he be trying to get money from them. You know?
Exactly, because that's exactly what pastors do.
Yeah, he tried to get money.
Because it's tax free. It's all tax free money. You don't have to pay taxes on it. So all these millionaire pastors that you see, John Gray, Joel Osteen, TD, all these other wicked pastors, all they do is preach prosperity. That's it.
It was this white dude on the news the other day, man, trying to get a jet. It was like a video he was trying to get a jet. Yeah, the old white dude.
What's the other?
Then another old white dude came up and was trying to back him up. Like, yeah, I got a jet, but he needs some. Like, he already had a jet.
Yeah, this is
then
for
the
ministry.
motherfucker was trying to get another jet.
Yeah, that's what Eddie Long died, but you know he got hella money out in Atlanta. He was molesting little boys and all that stuff. But is it TD Jakes or is it? What's the other black pastor?
It's TD Jakes, Joel Osteen.
Joel Osteen's white, but I'm talking about Creflo Dollar. Yeah, Creflo. I need $65 for a jet so I can do the Warriors ministry. Like, what? What are you talking about? And guess what? He got it.
But Creflo Dollar got the jet too?
He was asking for it like 2 years ago, 3 years ago.
Well, what about the one that woke up actually died?
Oh yeah, there's a brother that was a Christian, there's a pastor. They just killed him actually last year. He was preaching like we're preaching about the Israelites, how we're with the Jews. He was preaching that in his church. And they killed him.
Man, it's the devil.
Yeah, because people get bugged down off the word, man.
So this is why they killed. That's why they killed all the disciples that was with Jesus. They doing what you guys are doing, and the white man don't like it.
Rebuking them. Honestly, like I said, our people, like I said, in ancient days, our people killed the prophets too. Other nations didn't kill the prophets. We were enjoying our wickedness, like I said. People love doing wickedness. Because our job, like I said, right now, is to teach you to repent. What's repentance? Of turning away from sin. And you don't know what sin is unless you read the law. Sin is transgression of the law. So if we're not following the laws, we're in sin. Period. That's plain. So people say in the church, oh, the law's in the way with. Well, how? You're collecting tithes. Tithes is the law. So what are you talking about? You're contradicting yourself.
Yeah, tithes. Yeah, why they need to collect tithes?
Tithes is in the Bible, but at a certain point, like I said, there was crops. In the Bible, you don't do that now, but Deuteronomy 14, I believe, you bring tithes because obviously there's a temple where we had. People were bringing all the crops and the food and wherever we had as extra, we had to tie that to the nation. People that's poor, because everybody's not the same level. It was like a storehouse. So if somebody was in need, okay, you go to the storehouse and ask for it free of charge. What you gonna charge the people for? We're all the same people. Yeah. So church, they made it seem like, oh, you're robbing God. It specifically says that in Malachi, oh, when a man robbed God,
They always say that right before they actually do it.
Exactly. It says that in the Bible, but it's not in reference to that. Because God don't need money. Like, listen to earlier. God doesn't need no physical money or no crops. It's not for nobody else. But in reference to nationhood, that's how you build a nation. It makes sure nobody goes starves to death, nobody's treated unfairly, and that's how we held ourselves accountable to each other. So somebody might be a higher faction than you, but there's a certain time and place to where, okay, if I don't have much, I'm gonna go to your house and be like, hey brother, what's your name? Ramon. Ayad. Yeah, it's Hebrew for a man, but I go to Ramon. Hey Ramon, brother, I'm down and out, I don't got no money. I'm gonna serve you for 7 years. So I'll be your servant for 7 years, and after 7 years, I'm back on my feet, I go free. Man. Exactly. But if I enjoy your stay, like, okay, you treat me right, I want to serve you for the rest of my life. I will put an earring in my ear, and I'll be your servant for the rest of my life. That's what's in the Bible. But if I want to go free, if I'm good to go after 7 years, you build me up, you give me my own little plot of land, or some food, some money, I can sustain myself. 7 years is gone, hey, I'm free.
That's different from actual slavery.
Exactly. So that's how they try to justify slavery, because in the New Testament it says, oh, serve and obey your masters. That's talking about just people that's ruling over your spirit or ruling over your soul. Like right now, I wouldn't be considered your master, but I'll be somebody that's watching out for your soul. Because you're in sin, I would assume. You're not following the laws, you're in sin. So I'd be something that I would be somebody you would look to as a quote-unquote master, because I would know more than you, I would know how to guide you. But the slavery that they taught us was, you're gonna obey me, you're gonna get beat to death, you're gonna die if you try to escape. But that's not in the Bible. They stop at one verse and don't read the rest of the verse. That's all I'm talking about. But what did you have? Was it Daniel or what was it? Oh yeah, Acts 7:48 about the church. But yeah, let me get that paper off you, bro. Let me write my number down. And we are here every Saturday.
Acts 7:48. Howbeit the Most High dwelleth not in temples made with hands.
God doesn't dwell in temples made with hands. None of these churches have God in them.
Say this is God's house.
Yeah, exactly. That's not true. Because where it says the rhetoric, what's that?
I can tell the pastor he's lying. He say this is God's house.
Read his scripture to him.
Wait, what is that?
Acts 7:48.
7:48.
Exactly.
Howbeit the Most High dwelleth not in temple made with hands, as saith the prophet.
So this is written in the Old Testament. Read.
That's in Isaiah 66.
Go ahead.
Heaven is my throne.
Heaven is my throne. Talking about the Most High Creator. Read.
Earth is my footstool.
Earth is footstool. So what's the building of the Holy Spirit about? Read.
What house will you build me, saith the Lord?
Exactly. So what's he gonna do with a church house? You know how many churches in the earth? There's thousands of churches.
When I was in South Dallas, man, it was damn near like 2 churches on every block.
Right, that's how you do it over there.
Like, that was crazy. And then I tried to say something about it, and then my uncles got mad. You know?
Exactly. Because they're there for money, that's it. They're not there for spiritual healing. People go to church to get what's that?
I was like, why so many churches? Like, he's like, well, you love God, don't you? People love God, God love God.
We do love God, but it's all in ignorance. Because we're naturally, we're God's people, so we have that spiritual connection naturally. But there's a truth that we have to realize and have to come back to. So that's why we're not in no building. When you read the New Testament with Jesus Christ, that's not his real name, by the way, but let's just say it, because that's what we're familiar with. Jesus Christ said, go out to the highways and byways and bid people to the marriage. Or teach people, go out to the nations and teach this gospel.
Yeah, they was out there walking around.
Exactly,
Yeah.
period, between everybody. That's why people were spitting on Jesus, trying to beat him, trying to kill him, all that stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah, if you want to call us, bro, we out here every Saturday. I don't live in San Francisco, but I'm in Sacramento. He lives in San Francisco. Where you live at?
Well, I'm kind of homeless. Like, I just keep bouncing back and forth from my relatives' houses and stuff out here.
In the Bay Area?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Like all over pretty much.
What you doing out here right now?
I'm driving this.
Okay, I do too. That's
I just park and take a walk with my big stuff.
Yeah, definitely. It's all through the spirit, brother. You're here in front of it. But what do you have? Let me make this up real. Get Hosea 4:6.
See, over there, all they're doing, they're talking out their heart, man. They're not coming out the word. They're not coming out the Bible.
Exactly. Those are Christians over there.
Those are Christians. They're saying the Bible says, but they don't read it.
Exactly. That's what Christian pastors do. They might read 1 or 2 verses for 3 hours. Like, that's I mean, whatever. But
that sounds demonic, really, to me.
Exactly. And that's a slave doctrine for real. Love everybody. Why are you hating? God hates. Christ can come back to kill people. Actually, I mentioned that earlier. We don't prove it though. I didn't forget about that, but it just reminded me. But get Hosea 4. Because it's time for people to wake up. And there's not gonna be a lot of people at once, but you have an opportunity now to hit it because you already have a little bit of knowledge and you recognize that the church is wicked as hell. And there's no profit in the church. Like there's no spiritual discernment there. There's no spiritual awakening there. It's all just rhetoric. They're gonna preach the same doctrine of prosperity. Give tithes and dance and give the quote unquote I mean, like I said, God can do miracles for people, but because I will admit this, and that's what one of our leaders said. The Christians have faith. They have the utmost faith, but they have to have faith with works. What's the works? The works is keeping the law. So when God sent His Son to get a sacrifice for the sins of the Israelites, He said, okay, He was preaching what? Go sin no more. Do a sacrifice. Present your body as a living sacrifice. So that's what Paul said. So right now, anyway, so yeah, Christ was telling people to repent for the kingdom of heaven is at hand. Repent is what? Stop sinning. That's the bottom line. That's all it is. Stop sinning. That's all we're in captivity. That's why I went back to Moses. Moses said, okay, keep the law, you're going to be put on high. If you don't keep the law, all these Christians come upon you. We're going to get that in a second as well. Let's see that. Isaiah 4 and 6.
Isaiah 4 and 6.
Go ahead.
My people are destroyed for the lack of knowledge.
They're destroyed for a lack of knowledge. The knowledge is in the Bible. It's true. Not the Christian church, because the Bible, it tells you how to read the Bible in the Bible. Precept upon precept, line upon line, here a little, there a little. So you might read a whole chapter, think you understand something, read a whole other chapter, think you understand it, but that's not how you put it together. The Bible is written in the algorithm. So when you read one verse, you read another verse somewhere else, it matches synchrony. So the ideology that the Christian church taught you, read one verse and just build a whole doctrine off of it, and just go off your own wicked heart, that's not how it works. Because everything is precept upon precept, which is line upon line, law upon law.
So whenever they talk about over here, if they read one verse, it got to be something that backs it up.
Exactly. Exactly. That's what it says in our New Testament. In the mouth of 2 or 3 witnesses, let the matter be established. So 2 or 3 witnesses in the Bible.
Verses then say this, and that, and we got to do this. Now you got to bring out a couple more verses.
Exactly. They say the same thing. Exactly. Or it might elaborate a little bit more on it.
Okay.
So what you got? You got that?
Because thou hast rejected knowledge.
Our people rejected knowledge. Let's talk about the Israelites rejected knowledge.
I will also reject thee.
So the Most High is going to reject us. That's why we got put into slavery. Deuteronomy 28. So this is the most famous chapter that pretty much brought me in. That's why we answer that question. This is the actual chapter that all Israelites go to prove who we are. Because people will say all the time, like my mom used to always tell me, oh, there's a generational curse on our family, which is true. Because we grow up poor, we grow up in the hood slums, we're susceptible to more diseases because our diets for the most part.
My favorite rapper called DMX, in his first couple albums, he always talk about he cursed with this and that. You know?
Exactly. He's an Israelite. But he also, he set himself up for that because he sold out. But he knows the truth still because he's in the midst of the devils. Because he was signed to the Freemasonry with the Illuminati. He got to do their bidding. So that's why they chastise him. They send him to jail. He's always in the news because he's going against the grain. He believes in God, but he doesn't know this particular truth. But he knows of God. He believes in it because it's a spiritual aspect. Like I said before.
He's like the registered minister now.
Exactly. So I'm surprised they didn't put him to death yet or sacrifice him. But he knows. Like I said,
they drove him crazy. Right?
Exactly. Yeah, they gave him that crack cocaine. They have him looking all crazy on TV.
I don't think he got enough money. I think they don't kill people that got money where they can take their money, you know?
Well,
so
they don't give them real money. They don't have access to the money. Like, they don't have access to that money. They give them jewelry.
Yeah, they give them
like, that's what Kodak Black was talking about on his IG like a few months ago. Kodak Black was on his IG live talking about He had all these diamonds on his neck, money. I mean, they gave me this.
Honestly, bro, I don't even know who Kodak Black is because I don't listen to any of these rappers now.
I don't either, but he's Haitian. But
I heard his name,
this is
but I
the
don't
thing.
know who it is.
He knows he's an Israelite because he's from Florida, right? Kodak Black's from Florida. There's a camp out there in Florida that our camp is affiliated with, Light of Zion. And there's a Haitian brother. There's the Levites in the Bible. You know, the tribe of Levi are supposed to be the priests, the people that teach us the law. Tribe of Levi are the Haitians, the priests. That's how you know they go into voodoo and all that stuff. Moses did voodoo, but it's on the right hand side. So you know how they cut animals' heads off, sprinkle blood on it. Exactly. It is in the Bible. It's voodoo. It's quote unquote voodoo, but it's a sacrifice to God. The voodoo they're doing now is wickedness. It's not sacrificing nobody. It's to conjure up demons and put vexes on people. That's not biblical. The voodoo, or quote unquote voodoo, the sacrifice that Moses did, Aaron, and the Levites did, was a righteous sacrifice to the Most High.
Rituals.
Exactly.
Prescribed rituals in God.
Exactly.
So God told them to do it that way.
Exactly. There's a certain exactly. That's why they're the most poor country on earth. And the whole Western Hemisphere, the Haitians are the worst off because they're supposed to be the priests. And that's why they do voodoo. You can prove it in the Bible as well. You get that? 21.
Deuteronomy 28:1. And it shall come to pass, if thou shalt hearken diligently unto the voice of the Lord thy God.
This is Moses speaking to the congregation of Israel. He came out of Egypt. We're in the wilderness. Moses is telling them, we just got the law. We keep these laws,
to observe, to do all his commandments, which I command you this day.
If you do all these commandments, read.
The Lord Yahweh thy God will set thee on high above all nations of the earth.
Exactly. When we keep these laws, we're supposed to be ruling the earth. But we're not keeping the laws, so look where we're at. In the slums and ghettos, every country you think of.
And it shall come to pass, if thou shalt hearken diligently,
if we listen diligently
unto the voice of Yahweh thy God, to observe and do all of his commandments, which I command you this day.
Those are the works. The faith and works, you gotta have works. The works is the laws, keeping the laws.
That the Lord Yahweh thy God will set thee on high.
He will set us on high. He's gonna put us above nations. Right?
Above all nations of the earth.
Exactly. We're supposed to rule above nations. So obviously, King David's time, King Solomon's time, a couple of the kingdoms after him, we were ruling at the time. We had our own kingdom in Israel. But what happened? We started committing idolatry. Solomon committed idolatry. His sons committed idolatry. Then the northern kingdom of Israel, which are the Hispanics and Native Indians, according to today's terminology, they went to Syria. That's why they get separated from, in the time of Jesus, there were only the Negroes there, not the Native Indians and Hispanics. Only the Jews were in Israel at that time, and the Romans.
The lost sheep.
Exactly, the lost tribes of Israel. That's why I showed you that. That's why I showed you this.
Okay, yeah. Oh, okay.
So
okay.
instead of they weren't in Israel at the time. They were in America.
Left. Okay.
Exactly, they had already left before the
so they weren't even around when Christ.
Exactly, they weren't there.
Okay.
That's why I went into this last week actually. It says the sheep that are not of this fold I have to go see. I'm talking about the Northern Kingdom because they weren't in the Middle East at the time. They were over there in the Americas. And that's in the Apocrypha as well. We're gonna bring that out if you have time.
I got time. This is good. I don't want to go nowhere.
Definitely. Powerful. Go ahead. Definitely. All praises. Go ahead.
Verse 15. It shall come to pass if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of Yahweh thy God.
Exactly. So 1 through 14 is talking about if we do keep the commandments, we're gonna be living above all nations. 15 down. 15 to 68 is all curses that's gonna come upon us. We don't go into it and how we know it says. Read.
To observe this, to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command you this day, that all these curses shall come upon you and overtake you.
So if you don't keep the laws, what curse will overcome you?
Cursed shalt thou be in the city.
Cursed shall be in the city. We're cursed in the city. Selling drugs to each other, killing each other, robbing each other, committing adultery. Yeah, exactly. All that stuff is a curse. Go ahead.
Cursed shall thou be in the field.
What field? Slavery. Exactly.
Field.
Exactly. North Central South Americans. People don't know that the Native Indians went on slave ships.
Yeah, Columbus and
exactly.
I seen the Christopher Columbus movie in school.
1492?
That was funny. That's
powerful. Yeah.
But I know they took some back. He had. I just remember the part where he went back to the Queen. He had some of the natives in chains.
Exactly.
It was like these are the people from the New World.
Exactly.
You know?
Those are the Puerto Ricans, Taino Indians.
Yeah, Taínos.
Those are the Ephraimites. Those are the Ephraimites, the Puerto Ricans. They came to Puerto Rico first, and then they started going to the Mexico, Colombia, Brazil, all that stuff. So they had to do that because they couldn't just oppress them on their own land. They could escape and leave and, tied out to where they already knew. They had to ship them over to Europe and bring the slaves from West Africa to the Americas. We didn't know the land. That's why they did it. It was all divisive plans. And the Native Indians that were there, they either slaughtered them and kept their kids so they could mold them and like I said, exactly. So the adults had to slaughter the kids and kept alive because they could be their slaves and be indoctrinated, like I said. The Negroes that came from West Africa to Americas, Brazil, Mexico, all that stuff. We were all put in slavery, but like I said, we didn't know the land, so we couldn't escape. So people get bugged out and say, "Oh, there was never a transatlantic slave trade." Like what? Like how? Why didn't we escape then if we knew the land we were on? That's just one question that doesn't make sense. Go ahead. Go ahead, finish that.
Cursed shall thou be in the field. Cursed shall be thy basket in thy store.
Keep going. Jump to 45 actually. Jump to let me see.
You want to do no problem?
Huh?
Verse 18. Cursed shall be the fruit of thy body, and the fruit of thy land, and the fleece of thy kine, and thy flocks of thy sheep. Cursed shall be thy comest in, and cursed shall be when thou goest out.
You reading?
The Lord shall send upon the person vexation, rebuke, and all thou settest thine hand to.
Exactly. Whatever we try to touch and do, we're going to be cursed when we do it. We're not going to prosper in it. Read.
For to do unto thou be destroyed, and unto thou perish quickly, because of the wickedness of thy doings, whereby thou hast forsaken me.
Exactly. He forsake the Most High by not keeping His laws. We made a covenant with God, our people in the ancient world. So obviously, what happened when Moses came down that mountain? There's a golden calf there, golden
they had the golden calf.
And guess
like,
what
the hell is this?
Exactly. And they destroyed them for it. All the people that tried to worship that got destroyed right then and there. So go ahead. This is like a little bit after the opposite. Go ahead.
Verse 25. The Most High shall cause thee to be smitten before thy enemies.
Killed before enemies, yeah. Read.
Thou shalt go out one way against them, and flee 7 ways before them.
Exactly.
And shall be removed into all kingdoms of the earth.
Exactly. We're going to go into all kingdoms of the earth in slavery. Exactly. So this was written over 3,000 years ago.
So that can't be about nobody but us.
Exactly. Right? But there's more key points that point to us as well. Because some people try to say, oh, all 12 tribes are just black. But that doesn't make sense. How did these artifacts get here? We weren't here at that time. So who brought them over here? Oh, the Native Indians were all Negroes too. Like, that's not true. Because they don't look Native Indian now, like, or quote unquote, they say they're Mongolians or something like that, which is a curse. Mongolians are actually Asian people, incest babies. Their origination is in the Bible. So Lot and his daughters and son with Lot. You know about that story?
Lot, he left Sodom and Gomorrah.
Exactly.
God told him not to turn around.
Exactly.
Then one of them turned around.
His wife turned around.
His wife turned around and she got turned to something, glass or something.
Pillar of salt.
Pillar of salt.
Remember what his daughters did?
His daughters slept with him. Yes, his daughters, Lot's daughters got him drunk because they were like, man, our whole city died. We don't have kids. We gotta have kids. So
I thought that was Noah that got drunk or something.
Well, no, that was different. A little bit different story. Because that was his sons. His sons, Noah was drunk. He was laid out naked, and Ham saw his nakedness, and then he got cursed for it. His grandson got cursed. But Lot, like I said, Sodom and Gomorrah got destroyed. His daughters was like, man, we gotta have babies like somebody. Nobody from our village is alive anymore, so we gotta have sex with our dad.
Wait, that's in the Bible?
Yeah, it's in Genesis.
Some what's that called? Incest?
Yeah, it's incest. And that's why Asians look like the way they do. They have the little what's it called? The little eye.
The slanted eyes, like the Down syndrome babies.
Exactly. And they're mongoloids. Those are literal mongoloids.
Mongoloids, like
exactly.
Mongolia.
Exactly. It's a disease. They have a disease, literal disease, because they committed incest thousands of years ago. Thousands of years ago, they committed incest.
Oh shit!
So yeah, they think they're all smart and all that stuff.
No, they not. I remember when I was in high school in San Jose, the fucking Asians used to ask me for the answers. Yeah. And I never even did no work, and I was giving them all the answers.
I believe it. I believe it. But yeah, every nation's origin is in the Bible, but let's continue this.
Oh shit!
Verse 27. the Most High shall smite thee with the rocks of Egypt, which the enemy, and with the enemy's rocks, and with the scab and with the itch thereof, without casting out from here.
Exactly. We don't have so many afflictions on our skin we can't be healed. Go ahead.
Okay, verse 28. The Most High shall smite thee with madness and blindness and astonishment of heart.
So people getting bugged off these drugs and mental disabilities. That's all part of the Bible. What's going on? What's going on? Doing good? I see you. Go ahead.
And thou shalt grope at noondays, as the blind gropeth in the darkness, and thou shalt not prosper in thy ways, and thou shalt be only oppressed and spoiled evermore, and no man shall save thee.
Exactly. We're going to be oppressed wherever we're at, all across the world. No man's going to save us because we don't keep the laws. Go ahead. Read that next one.
And thou shalt betroth a wife, and another man shall lie with her.
When that happens?
Shit, slavery.
Exactly. Go ahead.
Thou shalt build an house, and thou shalt not dwell therein.
When that happens? Exactly.
The White House.
It's all evident. Go ahead.
Thou shalt plant a vineyard, and shalt not gather the grapes thereof.
Go ahead. That happened in slavery, all throughout slavery. Sugar cane, tobacco, coffee, whatever, corn, whatever, cotton, all that stuff. Exactly. We did it all for free of charge.
Free labor.
But that's a curse.
They got the nerve to say we lazy. Nah, we just work for free for so damn long. Even our fucking, like the slaves work so damn hard for free that their descendants is so tired.
Exactly.
They call us lazy.
Exactly.
We just so damn tired. Work their ancestors so damn hard.
And then we still got systematic racism and oppression where we can't even get jobs even though we have a degree. So it all comes back to the curses. But I mean,
they got paid for all that work.
No, that's what I'm saying. It was free. It was 100 years of free labor.
And now we can't even get free shirts. Can we get free cotton t-shirts?
Exactly. And what they do after slavery, they started inventing jails.
They've been in jail.
Because we didn't have nowhere to go. If you're homeless, you go to jail. If you steal something, you go to jail. If you look at me wrong, we're going to kill you. That's why they invented what?
They start lynching us like crazy.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Just shooting us whenever,
Exactly.
Just killing us.
They let us off the plantations unwillingly, by the way. That Emancipation Proclamation doctrine about Lincoln tried to free us. Oh no, that wasn't true. Because we got transferred to a state where wars of the state were taking place at the time. That's why we're still 3/5 of a human being.
Yeah, that's in the
14th Amendment, I believe.
Yeah, that's in the Constitution.
He just wanted to free everybody just to ship them out of heavy.
Who, Lincoln?
Yeah. He wanted them out.
I mean, it was for the North and the South because
and
North,
also to save the nation, whatever.
Exactly. The South was getting so rich, and the North was getting jealous. That's why they had the Revolutionary War. Because we had free slavery. White people in the North had to work for their money.
Yeah, they was all working
hard. We was working for the white man in the South, and they was getting so much money that white people in the North was getting mad. They had the Revolutionary War. They come with a resolution, free them all so we can all get rich. That's what they came up with. So it's all history. But what else you got?
That makes sense.
Exactly. So
verse 31, thine oxen shall be slain before thine eyes.
Go to 32.
Verse 32, thy sons and thy daughters shall be given unto another people.
Go ahead.
And thine eyes shall look and fail with longing for them all day long. Exactly. And there shall be no might in thy hand.
That happened in slavery too. Families got separated, sold on auction blocks. Exactly.
That's happening right now.
Oh yeah.
Son go there, father go there.
Exactly. That's happening at the borders too with the Mexicans.
Yeah, they taking the little Mexican babies.
Exactly. Put them in cages, shipping their parents back to Guatemala, Honduras.
They like misplacing them. Oh, we don't know where they are.
Exactly. They lost 1,500 kids.
Yeah,
like,
the government
that's
shut
ridiculous.
down, so ain't nobody even looking for them.
Of course not. But they control everything. Not to get sidetracked, but that whole Pizzagate situation, you heard about that? You didn't hear about that? About how the political parties and the governments were like sexually harassing kids and basically there's pedophilia. That's what the whole Pizzagate was about. Look up Pizzagate when you get home. That was a big ordeal last year with Clinton. Before President Trump won his election, Clinton was getting subpoenaed by the FBI. Guess what happened to her servers? They fried. Couldn't look them up. Because that's what all them political people do.
There's actually a documentary, I think it's called, what is it called? Secrecy of Science, something like that, where they expose all of that.
Pizzagate?
Yeah,
pedophilia and all that. That's been going on since way before.
Yeah, since way before, since the Roman time.
Exactly. That's a Roman custom too. How they were like, oh, the men are gods, So we're not gonna sleep with women because guys don't sleep with people that are believers. So the men were sleeping with men and little boys.
Y'all seen that in Alexandria when Colin Farrell, he was gay as hell. He had a fine ass wife when he was sleeping with another dude.
Exactly, that's their custom. That's why homosexuality is a cheap thing they're pushing right now. The NAMBLA, you heard of NAMBLA before?
What's that?
NAMBLA, N-A-M-B-L-A, National Man and Boy Love Association.
The hell?
That's what they're pushing. The whole LGBTQP and all that.
Yeah, the QP, yeah.
That's, I don't know what the Q means, but the P is what? For pedophilia.
I think the Q is queer.
Same thing.
Q, queer,
lesbian,
whatever.
bisexual, transgender,
He said the P is for the
LBG.
Hold
What's
on,
P stand for? I don't even know.
Gay.
Yeah,
Lesbian, bisexual, gay, transgender.
Queer, and now it's kind of like trans age, when people are like 40 years old, try to act like they're 10, so they can get with a little kid. Like, it's just madness, bro.
Oh, like I'm 40, but I got the mind of a 12-year-old.
Yeah,
so
exactly. I can mess with a kid now. That's what they're trying to do. Now they're trying to say it's a sexual preference. And you familiar with Dr.
So you guys subscribe to the belief that this is basically the continuation of the Roman Empire?
Yeah, that's it. Exactly. That's where Europeans came from.
Yeah.
So Europeans were in America before that, so where they come from? They came from Europe. So it all makes sense.
The first synod, actually. They had the first synod in Rome, right?
Exactly.
So that's where they got it from. Yeah, man. They doing everything the same way they did it in Rome.
Those are their relatives.
And then all the fucking monuments in Washington D.C. is like
exactly.
They
just like Roman,
just like Roman and Greek architecture.
Actually, when they wanted
the city hall,
they wanted to name Washington D.C. Rome a long time ago.
Wow.
Exactly.
Look that up. When they first came over there, they wanted to name that place Rome.
Yeah. All government, the city halls is all like
exactly. They got the pillars and all that.
Yeah, all the little concrete.
Because those are their relatives. They got their doctrine from them.
Their history,
I don't understand that because I mean, wasn't the people that conquered this land the English?
It's all the English, right? The Roman Empire pretty much, they expanded. Yeah.
Rome is just in Italy. Italy is in the European Union, right? You know what European Union is? All the European countries are together, like France, Spain, England, Netherlands. All that stuff is in the Bible, actually.
Didn't Rome conquer England? Remember?
49, Van Ness mission to North Point.
Exactly. All that's the same. All those people are related. All that goes back to the Bible as well. It's written in Revelations. It's obviously in a parabolical format, but to the spirit, like compared with Daniel, the book of Daniel, the 10 toes, the 10 horns, all that stuff is representative kingdom. It's talking about the European Union, and we can bring that out too. But that's a whole different subject. But read the main one. Read 45 down to 48, and go to 54 to 60. So yeah, brother, like I said, when we come to the truth, I've been in the truth for like a little bit over 2 years now. Like I said, it's more knowledge I've ever learned in my life. I'm 33. Like it's been, like I said, it's all history. It all makes sense. Like I said, the Bible brings out more history because it coincides with history. But you gotta know what prophecies match what, and obviously there's still prophecies that have to come to pass. Mainly the destruction of America. So that's the main thing that we're hoping for, because once America gets destroyed, that's when we know our rulers are going to come back into place. That's what God ordained. And that's why I said.
But what's going to happen to the Israelites that live in America? Because I know, like you're saying destroy America, but we're living in America, right? So what's going to happen to us?
We don't get there. Read this real quick. But there's going to be a certain amount of us that have to die.
Yeah, a lot of us, right?
Yeah, 2/3. That's in the Bible. We can bring it up. We can get that.
Deuteronomy 28:45. Moreover, all these curses shall come upon thee, and shall pursue thee.
We're going to pursue you, read.
And overtake thee, till thou be destroyed.
Exactly. Go ahead.
Because thou hearkenest not unto the voice of thy Yahweh thy power.
Yeah, we don't want to listen to the laws, read.
To keep his commandments and his statutes.
Go ahead.
Which he commanded.
Yeah, he commanded us to keep his laws as his chosen people. If we keep them, we're supposed to be flourishing in this place, so we're not. No matter where we're at. If you want to get ahead in life, what you going to do? Sell out? Exactly. Go ahead.
They shall be upon thee for a sign and for a wonder. They shall be upon thee for a sign.
That's how you know. It's going to be upon us for a sign. thousands of years later,
all the curses.
exactly, it's going to be upon. That's how you know we're Israelites. It's a sign upon us, a spiritual sign that God put on us to know the zone we're being destroyed. Those are the Israelites. People being separated at the border, the kids and all this stuff, being on drugs, bugged out of their mind, serving idols.
So the rabbis, they not a part of this.
The white people?
Jews? Yeah.
Hell no. They stole our identity. They financed the slave trade if you read the history. The Arabs built the ships. Some fake white Jews converted to our nationality back in 700 AD. They're from the Khazar Empire. And then after they took over, obviously Europe. Those aren't the real inhabitants of Europe. White people aren't from Europe.
Numbers the same region, like too.
Exactly.
They're from the
Caucasus Mountains, yeah, Georgia, Russia. Yeah. Exactly. So they came out of them caves, and then they started learning our ways. They saw us, and like, oh man, we gotta be like them. So that's why they feel they can rule the earth, because they're trying to impersonate us. But they're doing it with force.
The Bible talks about the fake Jews.
Yeah, exactly. It's all in the Bible. Like how Solomon read the Apocrypha, how they created this image for people to bow down to. There's obviously in the Bible how we would lose our heritage, how people would take over our land and be bashing Christians. Bash is like what? Illegitimate child. That's in the Bible too. Like, that's why you gotta read precept on precept. Everything makes sense once you put it all together. You got a question?
So they stole our identity,
exactly.
But we cursed. The curses are on us only for a sign, so and they not cursed, right?
Of course not. They're billionaires.
So they don't. So we the only ones that fit the curses.
Exactly. That's evident. The Native Indians got their land stolen, murdered, slaughtered. All the indigenous people of North Central and South America slaughtered. Negroes came over here, slaughtered. We getting oppressed. Exactly.
In the during the Spanish Inquisition or the Jewish persecution in ancient Europe, that was us.
The Dark Ages?
Yeah, the Dark Ages.
Yeah, that was us. That's why it's called the Dark Ages. We were ruling. We ruled Europe at a certain time. Black people were kings and queens of Europe. That's why I said white people aren't the original inhabitants of Europe. We're not even the original inhabitants of Europe, honestly. The Samoans and Tongas and all those people that's their heritage.
Wait, really? Samoans?
That's their original land.
Like way in the middle of the ocean.
Exactly. They got ran out. The white people ran them out. So, you know, not to get too off topic, but the 300 Spartans, those were the Polynesians. Those weren't white people.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Those weren't like, come on now.
300 and nobody fighting off a million besides
exactly. Those weren't white people.
For us. Other than that, I don't see 300 nobody else.
Exactly.
Yeah,
those were the Polynesians that did it. And we were actually in slavery to them at the time.
Damn.
The gladiators and all that stuff, that was us.
Yeah,
we were fighting them
Jewish gladiators, they used to throw in there with the lions and the other.
That was us.
They just throw them in there with a pitchfork, they gotta fight a freaking herd of lions with a pitchfork.
Exactly. For sport.
Wow.
That's where sports comes from now. Put people in the theater for distraction. Exactly. I mean, you can say that, but there's history on that. But yeah, I know what you mean. But where you at?
Verse 46. And they shall be a sign and for a wonder upon thy seed forever, because thou servest not the Lord thy God with joyfulness and with gladness of heart, and for the abundance of all things. Therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies.
We're going to serve our enemies, read.
Which the Lord shall send against thee.
So he did send these other nations against us, read.
In hunger, and in thirst, and in nakedness.
Exactly. So we're going to need water, food, clothes from all these other nations. We don't own nothing. We don't have no distribution centers, none of that stuff. That's the main thing you can recognize. We don't own nothing. No car dealerships, no nothing. We might work for them, but the people at the top, that's not us.
Jay-Z got to go to the get his stuff.
Yeah, he sold out. Everybody knows Jay-Z sold out. He don't give a damn about nobody. He might say some of his music that give us like some hope. Oh man, Jay-Z's talking about something. But at the end of the day, he ain't abide by the area. He's on such a high level and a demonic level that he's not going to step on the pedestal. They might kill him first and foremost. And he don't want that. He has some type of stature in this place, and he knows the truth. So I mean, like I said, there's certain songs that come out that they say certain things. But when you read the Bible, you know it talks about race wars and all that stuff, and slaughter and things like that. So people make certain songs because they have some certain prophecies that have to come to pass, and they at least know the Bible. They work directly through Satan. Like there's demonic forces that run this earth that obviously God, put in certain places for us to realize what not to do. But go ahead and read.
And in want of all things.
Yeah, we want all these other nations to give us what we need to survive. So we don't own nothing. Go ahead.
And he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck.
That's obviously that's clear cut throat. Yoke of iron, slavery. We were enslaved with yokes of iron, chains on our feet. Go ahead.
Until he had destroyed thee.
Go ahead.
The Lord shall bring a nation against thee from afar.
Go ahead.
From the end of the earth, as swift as the eagle flieth.
What's on the American dollar? What's on the Spanish flag? Exactly. They're all related. All the European nations, exactly. All them nations are the same. That's how you know America is the new Rome. They got Egypt, they got the pyramid on the back.
National bird.
Exactly. On the coin, all that stuff.
Yeah.
The old Russian flag had an eagle.
Exactly.
This one that they have right now, the red, white, and blue one, that was the flag that the Tsars of Russia had. Wow. They had an eagle on it.
Wow.
Exactly.
So after they went from the USSR, they went back to the old one and just dropped the eagle.
Wow. Exactly. But they're all the same people. All the Europeans are all related, no matter what. Russia and America, they're fighting with each other because it's all prophecy. But they're related. They're all the same people. Exactly. They speak Russian and one speaks English. It don't matter. Go ahead.
A nation whose tongue thou shalt not understand.
This particular verse is talking about the Native Americans. Because people are like, oh well, if the Native Americans are Israelites, how did this fit in? That's when Christopher Columbus came over to Puerto Rico. Spain and Puerto Rico are thousands of miles apart. So, like I said, when they came over here, it was way before the Negroes came over here. They didn't speak English. They didn't speak Greek. They didn't speak Hebrew. Actually, they did speak Hebrew, but Christopher Columbus brought Hebrew interpreters on his voyage over here because he knew the Israelites were here. Exactly. Because he read the Apocrypha. He read that red book. He read that book and knew that this land was over here because it was already prophesied. Go ahead.
A nation of fierce countenance, which shall not regard the person of the old, nor show favor to the young. And he shall eat the fruit with thy cattle.
Jump to 54.
Verse 54. So that the man that is tender among you and very delicate, his eyes shall be evil toward his brother.
Exactly. What does that sound like? Black on black crime, Mexicans killing Mexicans, all that stuff. It's all part of the cursing. Yeah, every now and then. I mean, most of the time you don't want to see it, but you know, there's certain places that happens at because you know we don't see each other as our brothers. Like you ask a random Negro, "Are Mexicans related to you?" Like hell no. Like, but in actuality, we got separated thousands of years ago, and we're all brothers. And we're all supposed to come back together. So go ahead.
And toward the wife of his bosom. And towards the remnant of his children which he shall leave.
What does that sound like? Exactly. Single parent household. Exactly. My dad was on drugs. I didn't see my dad in, I'm 33. I didn't see my dad last, 11 years old probably. I didn't see my dad since. Exactly. It's always, it's a curse. God put us in a horrible predicament because we went against the law.
That's in there too. That's that we're hid in prison houses all the time too.
Yeah, exactly. That's in the Bible. Go ahead and read that.
So that he will not give to any of them the flesh of his children.
Jump down what's that, 60? Yeah, we just read it, dude. 28 and 28. Jump down to 64.
That's crazy, man.
It's 65. Go read
verse 64. And the Lord shall scatter thee among all people.
He will scatter among all people, read.
From one end of the earth unto the other.
Exactly. We're going to be scattered to all nations. That's why you get to the New Testament. People say, oh, well, the gospel preached to all nations because we're in all nations. Yeah, it was a curse. There's not no other nations out there. Jesus Christ told everybody to go to preach to all nations because we're in all nations. That's it. That's why most Christians say, oh, don't read the Old Testament.
Y'all never understood that. Why the hell?
Because the Old Testament explains the New Testament. The falling away, people getting reconciled back to God, it's all about the Israelites. So if you mean to tell me if Native Indians and actual indigenous people of the Americas, or the natives and Hispanics, were separated over 2,700 years ago, or well, probably about 1,800 years ago when Christ was on the scene, they didn't know who we were at the time. They separated from us. They didn't even know what a white person was. Wow. When a white person came on the boat or off them boats, they thought he was a bird. Like pinched his cheeks, like who the hell is this? I ain't never seen a white person before. They were so far gone and lost, like we don't know who the hell this person is. But go ahead.
And among these nations shalt thou find, Salaki, let me go back up. And there thou shalt serve other gods.
Wait, 64? Where's 64?
And the Lord shall scatter thee among all people from one end of the earth unto the other.
Go ahead.
And there thou shalt serve other gods.
You don't serve other gods? What is it?
Which neither thou nor thy fathers have known.
Which one?
Even wood and stone.
What is stone? What does that mean?
Stone, what is the stone Jesus? The statues and
stone is the cobblestone.
Cobblestone, they walk around.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's what it's talking about.
Cobblestone.
And what's the wood? That cross. The cross is that's idolatry. Why would you represent? That's not even a real cross first and foremost. But that goes back to Babylon. It's a Talmudic. It's a T. It's a lowercase T. That's a Babylonian symbol. But the real cross is like an X. Christ got crucified on an X, not on a damn T.
Yeah, I've seen that symbol.
Yeah, exactly. That was how they crucified people back in the day. So that people worshiping a wooden cross, like, why would you? Even if that was the symbol, you're representing Christ's death. Like that's like me having somebody kill my brother with a gun. I wear a gun as a symbol. Oh, it represents my brother. Like no,
nah, that don't make sense.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
exactly. That's just sick to see. And that's all you
celebrating.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Exactly. The rosary. Yeah. Oh my God.
Tattoos of it.
Exactly. And it has a white person on it anyway.
It's white.
It's ridiculous. I said it's a real. It's more prominent, obviously, with the Northern Kingdom. But I mean, all of our people do it because, like I said, we try to. We're spiritual people already, but it's just not. Exactly. It's just not according to knowledge. Where you at?
That's why
and among these nations shalt thou find no ease.
We're not gonna find no ease. We're gonna be in captivity to these people. Go ahead.
Neither shall the sole of thy foot have rest, but the Most High shall give thee there a trembling heart and a failing of eyes.
Exactly.
And sorrow of mind.
You have sorrow of mind. Read.
And thy life shall hang in doubt before thee.
Exactly. What does that sound like?
Life hanging in doubt, like you don't know if you're gonna live or die.
Exactly. You live in the hood, you get a cop pull you over, you might get your head blown off.
Yep.
Very simple. Go ahead.
And thou shalt fear day and night.
Day and night. Go ahead.
And shall have none assurance of thy life.
Wow.
Plain. Read.
And in the morning thou shalt say, with God it were even.
Exactly. You wake up in the morning, man, I wish I was off work. Man, as soon as I wake up, have to go to work. Man, I wish I was off work already. That's what it's talking about. Go ahead.
And at even thou shalt say, with God it were morning.
Exactly. Same thing. Like, man, I work a night shift. Damn, I wish I was off this morning already. Plain and simple. Read.
For the fear of thine heart, where within thou shalt fear, and for the sight of thine eyes, which thou shalt see.
Exactly. We're gonna be fearful of everything we see because we're in affliction. We gotta work slavery, modern day slavery, like you said, get taxed for our money. Government shut down now, so who knows if we're gonna get taxes now?
Oh yeah.
Because most people depend on that. And there's people that's not even getting paid during this government shutdown.
Damn.
So it's just crazy right now. But, go ahead. We go to the main verse. Read.
And the Most High shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships.
What's that talking about?
Ships? Slave ships?
What do you think?
Back into Egypt with slave ships. So
what's on the back of a dollar bill? I mentioned it earlier.
You got the eye, the eagle, pyramid, the pyramid.
Exactly.
So this
is modern day Egypt.
Roman Egypt.
Exactly. Spiritual Egypt and Sodom. It says that in Revelations. Exactly. Babylon, Egypt, Sodom and Gomorrah, Egypt, all that stuff. This place took all the ideologies and created America. That's why there's so much homosexuality here, so much abominations here. They built all them structures like Egypt. You know the what's it called? The obelisk.
The obelisk in DC.
You know
there's one in Union Square.
Really?
Yeah, there's an obelisk in Union Square.
I know there's one in DC. There's one in Rome.
Then they got the
Vatican.
The pyramid in Vegas. They got the pyramid in Memphis. They got a pyramid.
Exactly.
Glass pyramid.
Exactly.
They got one at the Vatican right on the city.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. The Vatican got the obelisk, all that. And they got the little Roman pillars. All that stuff is all. So they got all their ideology from them.
The Louvre is pretty much a pyramid upside down.
Which one?
The Louvre is like the famous. The Louvre is a famous museum and art museum in Paris.
Oh, okay.
It's always in the Da Vinci Code.
Oh, the Louvre, yeah, right? Y'all know what you're talking about. It's like a prestige museum.
Yeah, with all the famous paintings and
madness.
stuff. Yeah.
Or it's not nonsense. But yeah, get this 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's all prophecy, man. All this
All
stuff is
prophecy.
prophesied, man.
Exactly. So that's why I say we're living in a spiritual world, and our people got to wake up to this. Because no matter what's going on, we got to realize the goal in mind. We got to return to our nationality. This brother knows what's going on. He's been around here a few times. This brother's learning, like I said, came out. And now you stopped by today, and you already have a little bit of knowledge, like I said. You got to put it together now.
Yeah, all these connecting a lot of dots, man, from all the little stuff I've been reading. You know,
Yeah,
the
definitely.
history stuff and the Illuminati stuff.
Yeah,
all the metaphysical stuff I've been into. You
all
know?
praises, brother.
Like
All
connecting
praises.
a lot of dots, you know.
Definitely. And people think the Bible is just nonsense, but it's
kinda
all there.
mind-blowing, but it's in there. You know, because I've read past some of that stuff, you know, but I never really like linked it up with like stuff in real life and history. You know?
with you.
Yeah, with me, you know, like with me, like.
That's what I mean. That's why I brought out another lesson before. Like you got to see yourself in the Bible. Talking about us, not everybody else.
A white man, whenever I read it, I see a picture of a white dude in my mind.
It's that guy, exactly.
Yeah.
But it's all
But
about
even
you.
though I know he was black, but when I be reading about it, it'd be a picture of a white dude there.
Exactly.
You know,
Because you got, like I said, the Bible says you got to have a teacher to teach you.
Okay.
I mean, obviously, the Most High deals with whoever He wants.
Yeah.
But you coming by now that you know what to look for, you can go back and go, okay, let me call this brother or text him, see what this means, and I can edify you. So it's all about being taught. Because I was taught, he was taught. He's being taught right now. He's being taught right now. There's people that teach me that was taught.
Okay.
Like this whole thing was ordained by God. For the timing of it, all that stuff was ordained because the prophets had to come to pass. So, we're 22.
Exodus 20 and 2.
Uh-huh.
I am the Lord thy God,
Read.
which have brought thee out of the land of
He
Egypt,
brought us out of the land of Egypt. What is that?
out of the house of bondage.
Egypt's known as the house of bondage. So when you go back to Deuteronomy 28:68, read that.
And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again.
Into Egypt, the house of bondage again. Read.
With ships.
With ships. So we're going slavery on ships, but it's going to last.
By the way thereof I spake unto thee, thou shalt see it no more again.
Talking about the original land of Egypt or Israel. Read.
And there ye shall be sold unto your enemies.
You'll be sold once you get off them ships to your enemies. Who we get sold to? The white man. The white man's our enemy. Period. No matter what you say. That's what Christian church is so blind, because they think, oh, whoever comes in, come as you are and love everybody. No, God doesn't say that. God separated all nations before, and He wants separation right now. He's going to do it again. But we got to recognize right now, even though we got to work with Him, which is neither here nor there. You can be respectable to Him at your job, and open the door for Him. Even that's not even a problem. But when it comes to this truth and being around Him and being absorbed with that type of ideology, you can't even be around that no more. Once you go home, hey, I'm around my people. I'm be around people that are like-minded like me, which is supposed to be Negroes and Hispanics and Native Indians. Because I respect them, because I know my job is to teach them, because their souls in the line. Destruction of America is looming. World War III is looming. That's already in the Bible as well. America's going to be destroyed by thermonuclear fire, period. And that's in the Bible, written in multiple places. Especially in the books they took out, like I said. Those books were taken out for a particular purpose, could expose us a lot. But go ahead, read it, finish that.
And there ye shall be sold unto your enemies for bondmen and bondwomen.
Read.
And no man shall buy you.
Exactly, no man's going to redeem you. Malcolm X, Marcus Garvey, Martin Luther King, they had all this good doctrine as far as hope and whatnot, but in reality, Martin Luther King was a sellout. His speech was getting written by the damn Rothschilds. You know what the Rothschilds are?
Yeah, they're the Illuminati.
Yeah, exactly. One of the 13 families, exactly. They own like $500 trillion. Those are fake Jews, obviously.
Yeah, fake.
Those are the most demonic people on the earth. The Rockefellers, Rothschilds, all them other DuPonts, all them dudes.
They own everything.
Exactly. Those are fake Jews. Fake Jews. That's why they're so rich, because they robbed everybody blind. And then they put people in power. America is like the physical power it is. That's why America supports Israel so much.
Yeah, they be giving Israelite billions of
Yeah,
dollars.
they give them like a $30 billion deal for 10 years.
Damn.
Now they're talking about, oh, we got to protect Israel, even though Israel's bombing the Palestinians left and right. Exactly. We don't need nothing from them, because the economy's going to fall. Get Isaiah 42, because he mentioned something else about the prisoners and whatnot. Yeah. I'm pretty sure he did something wicked, but I mean, like I said, in the ancient world, we didn't have prisons. We didn't have prisons in Israel. If you did something wrong, you get judged right then and there. You do something worthy of death, you gotta die. Exactly. You get stoned to death. you know, you might have to flee or go somewhere else. But ultimately, the judgment is going to happen right then and there, right when you do it. You don't got to sit in prison and exactly. Because like I said, our people are in the curses, so we automatically going to succumb to that stuff. But as far as the judgments, there's a different type of judgment system in this earth, which is, you know, like I said, it's still going to happen to you, but that's not what we did in the ancient world. You got judged right then and there for your crime. You got to pay somebody back, do it right then, or if you owe somebody, if you, like, let's just say, I like punched you, knocked your teeth out, blinded you. I gotta get blinded for that to be equal. Or I gotta pay you back while you're out of work. I gotta pay you back because you can't support your family. Exactly. That's part of the law in the Bible. But go ahead.
Isaiah 42 and 22. But this is a people robbed and spoiled.
We're robbed and spoiled. We're robbed of our heritage, spoiled of our resources. No matter what you think, we don't have anything right now. Go ahead.
They are all of them snared in holes. And they are hid in prison houses.
It's in the Bible. We're hid in prison houses. Blacks and Hispanics are the main people in prison right now. We have, what, 25% of the population in America in prison. Exactly. And America has the most people in prison out of everybody on the earth.
Yeah, we got more prisons than we got schools.
Exactly. They're shutting down schools for prisons. I used to work at the prison in Folsom. So it's just all part of the biblical prophecy. Like I said, our job, we got to live righteously. Obviously, we got to maneuver a certain way to to basically survive in this place, working a regular job. Because obviously, I got a job. You can't survive without it. So, but it's just like, okay, when I leave my job, I got to focus on what's right in this Bible and teach my people. Come out here every Saturday, no matter who's up here. People get mad, cuss us out, spit on us. I'm gonna tell you exactly what the Bible says. They talk about you got to be as bold as a lion in this thing. 10 toes down, like we say in the streets. I'm 10 toes down in this thing. Because I see myself in this Bible now. And I know it's a spiritual awakening. So yeah, like I said, it's all up at the Most High, man. And like I said, our people don't know no better, so they believe a Christian pastor. They might even read the Bible like you say yourself, but they don't understand it. They actually, you know what I want?
I never really read it to understand it. I just read it to try to find an answer to whatever was going on in my life at the time, you know?
Exactly. Sometimes, like I said, Most High will lead you right to a verse. My mom used to tell me all the time, just open it up, just read. I'm like, okay. Come on, I'm a Christian. I'm like, cool, I believe in God. Like I said, I'll open up something. Oh man, that hit me right there. Like, damn.
I don't think I had one with that. I probably just had a regular old
exactly.
Bible.
I mean, it's still cool, but as far as the New Testament, that is the key to the New Testament. Yeah. I think it's what, Acts 30. Yeah, go ahead.
Acts 8 and 26.
Read.
And the angel of the Lord spake unto Philip, saying, Arise and go toward the south, unto the way that goeth down from Jerusalem unto Gaza, which is desert.
Read.
And he arose and went, and behold, a man of Ethiopia. A
He was
eunuch.
a Jew from Ethiopia, even if you say it's of Ethiopia, but it was a Jew there. Read. So we were scattered all over the place, like I said. Read.
A eunuch. Of great authority under Candace, queen of all queen of the Ethiopians, who had the charge of all her treasure. And he came and had come to Jerusalem for to worship.
Exactly, he came to Jerusalem for worship. So if this is Ethiopian, why is he coming to Jerusalem to worship? Ethiopians don't serve Israel, like serve the God of Israel. It was a Jew. So we were scattered all over the place. So there was a law. We still kept the law in this time, in Jesus' time. After Jesus died, we had to keep feasts of Passover, Feast of First Fruits, all that stuff. We had to keep those laws because we'd be cast out if we didn't. Go ahead. Just how you know he was a Jew.
Was returning and sitting in his chariot, reading Isaiah the prophet.
Reading Isaiah, the book of Isaiah. Go ahead.
Then the Spirit said unto Philip, Go near and join thyself to this chariot.
Exactly. Go and talk to that brother. Read.
And Philip ran thither to him and heard him read the prophet Isaiah. I said, Understandest thou what thou readest?
Do you understand what you're reading? Like, do you understand what you're reading? You say no. Go ahead.
And he said, How can I? except some man should guide me.
You got to be guided in this Bible. Some things are hard to understand. You got to be taught in this thing. I'm still being taught. I'm going to go home, watch some videos, take my notes, read for myself, and do all that. Again, I'm going to come out here next week, have another lesson for somebody, and read it. And whoever walks up, I'm going to try to edify him. If he even come up, I'm going to tell him they judge me, tell him what's going on. There's another dude came up earlier, a Russian dude, a Czechoslovakian dude. He knew a little bit, but not about the Bible. He said he believed in the Bible, so I asked him questions. He don't know a damn thing. So I'm like, all right, brother, the end result for you is you're going into slavery, which is in the Bible. But anyway, go ahead.
He said, how can I except some man should guide me? And he desired Philip that he would come up and sit with him.
Is that it? Yeah, so he basically told him, yeah, just come up and teach me. Because that's what we're here for. Okay. Because if you understand, you actually get Isaiah, 28. You know what I want? Isaiah 28:9.
It's just a difficult book to understand, man.
True.
In all honesty, because even there's so many different Hebrew Israelite camps that got different doctrines, you know. That's kind of, for me, that's where it gets kind of confusing, man. Because you got one camp teaching one thing, then you got another camp teaching a different thing. Well, it shouldn't be that way, because you guys are all reading the same book. You know.
I mean, that we learn in the Christian church too. So it's not just us. There's Presbyterians, there's Baptists, there's Romans, Catholics, all that stuff. It's the same thing. But they don't teach the truth at all. We have a foundation, the laws. That's our foundation. We're Israelites. That's 28:9. So that's the difference. So there's certain things we disagree on. Yes, I'm pretty sure you're familiar with it, because you know a little bit more. But as far as our camp, we debate. We debate. You familiar with us debating? Like, out of all the camps that go out, we gonna debate any and everybody, bro. We gonna prove our doctrine out of the Bible. We gonna read nothing but the Bible. We gonna prove everything out of the Bible, and that's the difference. Because you gotta prove what you're saying. Because so somebody says something to you, okay, well, bring me that. Show me that.
Yeah, that's why I used to read so much, because I never liked to take anybody's word for nothing. So I used to always go to the library and just read books, about something that somebody told me about. I might have met somebody and we talk about something deep. Yeah. Then I want to know more. This was like before everybody had smartphones. Yeah, and stuff, definitely. So I'd be at the internet tough, reading stuff, trying to learn about ancient history and just trying to gain more knowledge.
Exactly. Because it makes sense. Like, damn, I heard that. Look, hey, let me go check on it real quick.
Yeah. But then it always came back to to the white man, being God or something. Like he's in charge, and it's always his version of it. Yeah, definitely. So it's like after a point, I just stopped trying to learn about all that stuff, because I figured, it might not be true because it's all orchestrated by the people in charge.
I mean, there's white people that tell the truth. I know why.
So how would I know?
There's definitely, I mean, like I said, you got to compare and contrast. With the lines up with history.
Yeah, that's something that I learned while I was doing all of that. I always tried to get 2 or 3 different sources about something.
That's powerful.
And read as much as I could and make my decision based on that.
Exactly, that's what you got to do.
I didn't want to just read one guy and be like, okay, this guy said that, so that got to be true. Now I'm going to read 2 or 3 other guys and come up with my own version. Exactly. And then if I'm not right, oh well, but at least that's my understanding of that subject. You know what I mean?
Somebody come up with somebody different, well, what about this guy? Why do you say this? And you can just have a little debate about it. Because somebody got to be right.
Yeah, somebody.
You can't just tell me that what you think is right. Yeah. Even what you're saying, even what we're reading, okay, we're reading the Bible to you, but you still got to read it for yourself. Yeah, obviously, it's more simpler than the stuff we're bringing out today. Is simple, it's plain. Just to prove who we are, like I said. There's other things that people might not agree with. This brother last week came up, disagreed with us. We had to prove what we were talking about. And he was like, okay, well that makes sense. All right, well, you can't have it in your mind no more.
I mean, but you guys got a Bible though. If you read out the Bible, how can somebody disagree if you read out the Bible?
Some people have an agenda. Some people have agendas.
Preconceived notions too.
Exactly. Some people come from the Christian church and come to this thing.
Wow.
And have some type of that biblical understanding that they have from the church. And they come into this thing, okay, well, the virgin birth, virgin birth is one of the most popular things that they teach. That's in the Bible. Jesus Christ had a father, had a physical father.
Yeah, the John?
Joseph.
Exactly. Yeah, Joseph was his dad.
Like a baby, man.
Yeah.
You taught.
So yeah,
what you got?
Joseph was his dad.
Isaiah 28.
Isaiah 28 and 9.
Yeah, 9 and 10.
Whom shall he teach knowledge?
This is talking about how you understand the Bible. Go ahead. Whom shall the Most High teach knowledge? Read.
And whom shall he make to understand doctrine?
Doctrine. The Bible's learn understanding of the Bible. Go ahead.
them that are weaned from the milk, and drawn from the breast.
Exactly. So you got to learn from scratch. You got to start with a clear head. Read.
For precept must be upon precept.
Precept upon precept, which is laws. Read.
Precept upon precept.
Read.
Line upon line.
Line upon line.
Line upon line.
Go ahead.
Here a little and there a little.
Here a little, there a little. So you read a little bit in this chapter, go to New Testament, and lines up. Because there's prophecies that have to happen, like about Christ. There's some written in Zechariah. He, what's it say? He had to get a colt, like a horse. New Testament says the same thing. He fulfilled that prophecy. There's different things that have to occur. So
it's like the information is scattered all throughout the book. You
yeah,
gotta find
there's things that
together.
are mentioned in other places that elaborate on certain points and that explain certain points.
It's kind of like a puzzle, kind of.
Exactly, it's an algorithm. That's why I said it's an algorithm.
Links.
Exactly. So when people mention context, what does context mean?
Context is
the context of a verse, the context of a paragraph or something.
Like the understanding of it?
Exactly, but it means to weave, like etymology. Okay. We study etymology as well. It's basically the understanding of words, like the root words, what it goes back to. Okay. Etymology just means to weave, so you weave things together. Old Testament, New Testament, different verses here and there, and that's what it's talking about. Here a little and there a little. You gotta weave verses together to get the proper understanding. And that's just pretty plain and simple. But like I said, this, what the fuck? Oh my goodness. This is an abomination. Oh man, this place has to go. This is just sick, man.
Modern day sodomy.
Exactly, modern day sodomy. What you got?
Damn, that makes sense, bro. Sodomy is like the anal shit.
Exactly.
And then Sodom is Sodom.
Exactly.
And then this is like the chief place of Sodom, man. The fucking,
it says that
like
in Revelations, actually.
It's like
Revelations,
the capital of the freaking the homos, man. And if you look at America on the map, it look like an animal, and then the Bay Area where service is like the asshole.
Really? I never thought about that.
Look at it like Florida is like the front leg, you know, and like Texas is like the other leg down there, and then the Bay Area open is like the asshole. Like it's Sodom, man. It's Sodom, man. Modern day Sodom, ain't that some shit?
It's gonna say it in the Bible too. We're gonna read it real quick. Revelations. And Christians say this book is sealed, so we can't read it. That's not true. We understand. We try to understand almost everything. Get that.
Revelations 11 and 8. And the dead bodies shall lie in the street of the great city.
Great city is America. Dead bodies talking about the Israelites. Go ahead.
Which spiritually is called Sodom in Egypt.
Spiritually, it's called Sodom in Egypt. We just brought that out. The homosexuality they push in this place. In Egypt. What's Egypt represent? The affliction, the slavery. Exactly. It's all in the Bible. Sodom in Egypt. It's spiritually Sodom in Egypt. They took on that ideology.
That's proof right there, that this is Egypt.
Exactly. It's Babylon. It's actually mystery Babylon.
And it's full of faggots.
Exactly. Period. The elites, that's all they want is faggotry going on. That's why you want to sell your soul. They want you to do some homosexual stuff.
Yeah, I noticed on every TV show now they always got to add like a little gay character.
Exactly.
Or a gay like I was watching this TV show, the DC's Legends of Tomorrow. I don't know if y'all into that show.
I don't watch TV at all. I ain't gonna watch it.
Yeah, I just like watching the superhero shows. But they got the John Constantine character on there. That was my favorite character. But then all of a sudden he's like, I gotta save my friend, and like he got a black dude burning up. It's like, who was that? He was like, oh, that's my lover. It's like, oh my god. Like, how do you gonna make the dude gay?
They push that stuff, because the kids is watching. That's what they want to do.
What show is that?
The DC's Legends of Tomorrow. They had the character Constantine. He's like a DC character.
Oh, I see.
They got him on the show. Then it turned out
the same character, like the movie.
The Keanu Reeves. Yeah, it's the same character, but it's not a continue of it because Constantine itself, that character was always a DC character.
Oh, I see. I didn't know that.
He was always a DC Vertigo.
I like that movie too. I ain't gonna lie. I like that movie.
Like the Vertigo
that's
comics.
Like classic, I ain't gonna lie.
It's just like the Lucifer show. Yeah. Like that's a DC character also from Vertigo comics.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I never watched that show anyway, but I know what it was.
Actual DC character. Yeah. Then they made Constantine gay on the TV show. They made him gay.
Constantine was black in real life, actually. In ancient Rome, he was a black man. They say he's white, but he was really black. He was wicked as hell, though.
Didn't he make the city Constantinople?
Yeah, exactly. Constantinople with his two sons. Yeah,
that was his.
Yep, he was a black man.
That was Eastern Rome, basically.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That was like I said, he was wicked as hell. He was a black man, but he was wicked.
Okay.
So that's why we got overthrown in Europe too. Dark Ages, we rule Europe. We got overthrown by the white man.
So we just wake. So once we just stop following God, we get fucked over.
Exactly. Plain.
Yeah, that's plain.
Get Maccabees actually. Get First Maccabees. We're gonna go into that real quick.
You can break those curses. If you start following the commandments, you can break those curses,
Yeah.
right?
Not by ourselves. We're still gonna be under affliction by ourselves, but us personally, we're keeping the laws. You got to keep the laws. You know, obviously you're learning, but you know. But the rest of our people aren't keeping the laws. We're still under curses. A curse can still happen to you in this truth, but you know what you have to do to not be under the curse, to keep the laws and repent. But we're probably not gonna go through as much because we know the truth now. But at the same time, our job is to teach other people, so we don't have to do that anymore. But like I said, actually, he mentioned something about the 2:30. Zechariah 13. Because you said something about.
Yeah, I heard you say something about that earlier.
Yeah. You said something about. Yeah, exactly. He's talking about this place gonna be destroyed. How we gonna get out of there? But yeah, drop that real quick. Zechariah real quick. Because that was actually, I just remembered that when he said that.
I only brought that up because I feel like a lot of people bring it up.
It's only obvious America is going to get destroyed because if it's a continuation of the Roman Empire, it's got to be, and then Rome was a continuation of Greece, and they was all destroyed,
Yeah.
Exactly.
So America ain't going to last
That thing
forever.
is that a lot of our people are going as well. It's not just them.
Zechariah 13. Let me see if I can find
And
this
nobody
real quick.
really likes America. Like when I be driving Lyft, when I get a foreigner, they be dogging Trump, you know?
Of course.
They be dogging Trump. Like in my country, we don't do it. Like I got this Swiss dude. He was like, our country ain't nothing like that. People got guns and stuff. People got guns. We don't shoot up everything.
Exactly.
Like America, you got to shoot up everything. I had to tell him though. I was like, no, it's not just the Americans. Like it's the white people that shoot up stuff.
Exactly.
I was like, black people.
Period.
Like,
we don't do that, bro.
Like,
if we kill somebody, we don't kill one person.
Yeah, that's what I was
it.
telling the Swiss dude. Like we just kill each other. Like a black person don't just go on a random shooting spree. We gonna have a person to shoot.
Exactly.
Then we gonna go hide. We're not gonna go shoot up a bunch of people.
We ain't gonna go to that movie theater and kill 30 people. Like no, that's not what we do, bro.
Like when you look at
when we do kill each other, we don't do it massive
yeah,
scale.
massive. We go like I got beef with this dude. I'm gonna go blast him. I'm going back to my hood talking shit.
Exactly.
Which is
You
wicked
know?
too, bro.
Yeah, that's the eye, the evil eye.
Yeah, exactly.
This is to prove that this is Babylon right here. Jeremiah 15:23. How is the hammer of the whole earth cut asunder and broken? How is Babylon become a desolation among the nations?
America.
I have laid snare of thee, and thou art taken, O Babylon. O thou wast not aware, thou art found, also caught, because thou hast striven against the Most High. The Most High hath opened his armory, and hath brought forth the weapons of his nation.
What's that talking about? The nukes? Read.
For this is the work of the Most High, God of hosts, in the land of the Chaldeans.
Which is Babylon. So that's how America has to be destroyed. There's not gonna be no invasion, people fighting hand in hand. Like no, they're gonna send a nuke to this place, burn it to smithereens. Read. And it's gonna say it.
Come against her from the uttermost border. Open her storehouses, cast her up as heaps, and destroy her utterly. Let nothing of her be left.
Read.
Slay all her bullocks. Let them go down to the slaughter. Woe unto them.
Woe unto them, destruction unto them. Read.
For their day is come, the time of their visitation. The voice of them that flee and escape out of the land of Babylon to declare in Zion the vengeance of the Lord our God, the vengeance of his temple. Call together the archers against Babylon.
Call together the archers against Babylon. Read.
All ye that bend the bow.
It's talking about everybody with nuclear power. Read.
Camp against it.
Camp against it.
Round about.
Round about. So all the nations that's round about America, Russia, China, North Korea, all them people that want to destroy America, Iran, they gonna destroy this place. Read.
Let none thereof escape. Recompense her according to her work.
Go ahead.
According to all that she hath done.
Read.
Do unto her, for she hath been proud against the Lord.
Exactly.
Against the Holy One of Israel.
Exactly. They want to play God for all these years and destroy people and invade lands and oppress people, put their dictatorship there. Most High gonna kill them.
So America is doomed.
They're done. They're on their way out. And Trump is Trump is that representation of, because he's just going against Republicans and Democrats, trying to disrespect people. I mean, obviously it's all through the spirit, because get that. Is that it? Get Daniel 4. Get Daniel 4 real quick.
So the one third that's gonna get saved, how are they gonna get saved?
We don't get that. I didn't bring up that point. I just want to read this real quick. 17. We don't read about Donald Trump. Read.
This is a matter of Daniel 4:17. This matter is by the decree of the Watchers.
The Watchers, read.
And the demand by the word of the Holy Ones.
Read.
To the intent that the living may know.
Everybody on earth will know this. Read.
That the Most High ruleth in the kingdom of men.
Exactly. He rules everything that he created. Go ahead.
And giveth it to whomsoever he will.
He's going to give the rulership to whoever he wants. Go ahead.
And setteth up over it the basis of men.
The basis of men. White people are the basis of men. They came out of caves. They're cave people. They're cave dwellers. Exactly. That's what Caucasus Mountains means. Or Caucasian. Caucasian means cave dweller.
Yeah, they do. They like the bloody steaks.
And that's where the incest comes from originally, because they were like, it's in, I don't want to get off too much topic, but in Job, the book of Job, it says they were driven forth from among men. So they got chased out of the Levant, which is the Middle East. They got driven up into Europe in caves. And then they were so poor they didn't want to have kids, so they had sex with men. That's why they got into Rome and Europe. That's why they started having sex with each other. It was already in their culture, because they couldn't afford to have kids and feed everybody. So obviously they had sex just to survive, but they didn't have kids just because they couldn't sustain themselves. They were eating berries and leaves and shrubs, and that's why you get the little cave people with the history goes, like, basically if they would kill an animal, you know, they would wear the bear skin or something like that, but they would wear it until it disintegrated off them. So they were so dirty and dungy, they couldn't afford nothing. They just wore it until it disintegrated off their skin. That's how poor and disgusting they were. That's why when you read about the Moors had to teach them how to bathe. That's part of history. They didn't even know how to bathe themselves. That's how dirty they are.
English people don't even like brushing their teeth. That's why most English people got fucked up.
Oh my God, they're breath people.
And then French people don't even use deodorant.
They weren't used to it. They know how to bathe themselves.
They don't even use deodorant, but that's like they got a lot of perfume. They use perfume and cologne a lot.
That's who uses it. That's where it came from.
That's crazy.
Perfume and all that stuff is for them. We don't use perfume.
No.
I mean, obviously we have it available, but that was mainly for them because to cover up their stench. And when you read the history, like I said, when the Moors went up to them and told them how to bathe and stuff, they stole our culture, like I said. That's why, fast forward now, look at them. They're in suits and ties, and they're so pristine now, and they gotta be all tea and crumpets. Like, they gotta be so sophisticated because they came from dirt. That's why they do it.
So they came from caves. You're saying, right?
Not originally.
Not originally, because
they got ran into
the origin of the white man is Esau.
Exactly, they got ran into the cave. That's what I said. Because they were living in the Middle East.
Yeah.
But then they got ran into the cave because they were doing so much dirt. It's not the time of Job is around. When was that? Basically, obviously it's well before Alexander. It's about because obviously in all actuality they weren't even the original cave people. The Africans were. They stole the caves from the Africans.
Wow.
So they were, like I said, it's a whole bunch of history we got to go into, but there's some people in our camp that go into the history. Let me see your paper real quick. I'm going to write down another channel for you, because there's another brother that go into a lot of history.
Yeah, I'm going to look up all that, man. I've been looking for a new steady point, man, because I ain't really had nothing. Because like every time I go back to school, try to go back to a city college, I go for like half a semester, and then I get bored with the subjects. You know, like I don't want to learn this stuff.
Like,
you know,
but look what
because I want to learn, so I feel like I'm at a point where I got to learn some more stuff.
That's Esau's system.
Yeah.
Exactly. You got to go through there. You have to go through them to learn what they want to do.
Yeah, it just didn't register until now. You know, like that's why I didn't want to learn none of that, because that's their stuff. You know,
that's just the money.
Like I need to focus because like I love learning. You know, like I need to. You know,
they really teaching you things that you don't even got to learn. You know, sometimes you go to school to be an electrician and they teach you other shit that you don't need to be an electrician.
That's to make it seem like your loan's worth something. Yeah. The loan ain't really worth nothing. I work for the Department of Education right now. Wow. They don't care about nobody. They give you that debt. They want you to be in debt. that, and at the end of your schooling, they want you to have experience. So where do you get the experience from? You owe $40,000 with no experience. They're not gonna hire you at the job you want. You got to go to another job, and hopefully, maybe know somebody that has some type of business of their own, and be an apprentice to them. So I wrote out another channel. What you got? I mean, I'll say it's the same thing we do, but the brother that's one of the brothers that's in the camp, he goes into a lot of history. So
y'all all over the country, huh?
Yeah, like I said, Toronto, Philly, Newark, Florida, Miami, Orlando, Dallas, Houston, San Diego, Phoenix.
Somebody studying with us out of the UK. Hopefully, Lord willing.
Yeah, we got a couple brothers in the UK, a couple others in Africa. There's a lot of people waking up, man. It's all ordained by the Most High, man. Like I said, it says that in Joel. I'm just quote. It says the Most High gonna pour His Spirit out on all flesh, which is talking about the Israelites, because we're the prophets. Like I said, if we don't wake up, nobody's gonna wake up. As far as our people are concerned, because like I said, this Bible is only for us. Zechariah 13. Because people talk about 666 all the time, right? That's talking about us. And it says that 666, 666. People say, oh, it's the devil's number, which it is, but it's referring to us, people that follow the ways of the devil, the white man. If we follow his ideology, his ways, that's where 2/3 comes in. 2 divided in 3 is what? 66.6. 2 divided in 3 is 66.6. That's where it comes from. 2 divided in 3.
Oh, I never divided.
Yeah, 2/3. 2 divided in 3.
Okay.
66.6. That's what it equals.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. Because out of 66.6, because 33.3% is
1/3.
of 100.
Exactly.
And times 2 is okay.
Exactly. So that's all in the Bible.
Damn.
Go ahead.
In that day there shall be a fountain open.
Where you at? 13 and 8.
Okay. Zechariah 13 and 8. And it shall come to pass that when the land said the Most High, 2 parts therein shall be cut off.
2 parts therein. 2/3. Read.
And die.
It'll be cut off and die. Read.
But the third shall be left therein.
The third shall be left therein. We're going to be in America at this point. Go ahead.
And I will bring the third part through the fire.
Through the fire. The thermonuclear fire. Read.
And will refine them as silver is refined.
Exactly. We're going to be righteous at that time. The remnant's going to be righteous. Read.
And will try them as gold is tried. They shall call on my name.
They're going to call the name. The Most High's name is Yahweh, not God. God's a German word. Yahweh is the power of Israel. His son, quote unquote, Jesus Christ, his name is Samashiach Yahweh Shai. That's Hebrew. So the Hebrew name of God is Yahweh. His son, Yahweh Shai. Read.
And I will hear them. I will say, it is my people.
These are my people, the Israelites. Read.
And they shall say, Yahweh is my power.
Exactly. He's our God. He's the one that's going to save us. Obviously, he's going to send his son. Like I said, there's multiple prophecies on this, but get Revelation 13. It's going to talk about the mark of the beast and all that stuff, but get that real quick.
So 66.6 or 2/3 is going to die.
2/3 of Israelites are going to die in America, along with anybody else that's here. Whoever's here is going to die. The Israelites are going to be like how you talk about what is it? Star Trek? You heard Star Trek, right? They got that from the Bible. People getting beamed up.
Beam me up, Scotty.
What was it? A common slave song that you remember? Swing low, sweet chariot, right? Coming forth to carry me home. That's talking about the chariots in the Bible, the so-called UFOs. That's in the Bible. So when people see, oh, there's aliens and UFOs, because they were reading the Bible. That's how you know we're the Israelites, the Jews, because that's the prophecy that we're going to be beamed up in the chariots. We're going to have, basically we're going to be, I'm going to get it after this, but get that real quick. It talks about in the New Testament, Paul's like, we're going to be changed in the twinkling of an eye. That's talking about us getting spiritual power. Kind of like Goku, you know, Dragon Ball Z.
Dragon Ball, yeah.
Ultra Instinct. We're going to be like that. We're going to have spiritual power at that time. Because we can't go into a spiritual vehicle in our flesh. So we're the 1/3 and the elect, that's what's going to happen. We're going to be translated immediately. We might have to, some people might die beforehand, but the people that's going to be saved and beamed up, we're going to have that spiritual power at that time. So there's going to be 1/3 of it.
But God also said that he's going to raise the dead. Right?
Exactly. Exactly. The dead in Christ shall rise first. Yeah, exactly. So some of us might 1/3, some of us going to die. If you're not going to be elect, obviously we aiming for the elect. We don't know who's who at this point, but we're following the path that we're supposed to be on. We're not a part of the world technically. We have a different mindset of the world. We have the laws of God we're supposed to follow, and that's how you're supposed to be at it. Where it talks about, I know it's like 12 or 13. It talks about the mark of the beast as well. It talks about the 66-point shield, 66. It was 13 and
exactly the same.
you can start at 11, but I mean I have to go into that. But let me see. Yeah, start at 11. I'm gonna go to it.
Revelations 13 and 11. And I beheld another beast coming up out of the earth.
It's talking about the kingdom. Go ahead.
And he had 2 horns like a lamb.
2 horns like a lamb. What's that talking about? It's talking about the Democratic and Republican parties. Go ahead.
And he spake as the dragon.
Spake as a dragon. Deceitfulness, read.
And he exercises all the power of the first beast before him.
The first beast. What's that talking about? We just mentioned it before. Roman Empire. America is the new Rome. That's what it's talking about. Because the democracy failed, America has its own democracy. That's what it's referencing. The 2 horns is talking about the Democratic and Republican Party. Go ahead.
And causes the earth and them which dwell therein to worship the first beast.
Exactly. You don't worship the first beast, the Roman Empire, because it comes back all through the spirit. Read.
Whose deadly wound was healed.
Exactly. Because Rome was what? Destroyed. Internally, obviously, it fell away, and then was reborn in America. Read.
And he doth great wonders, so that he maketh fire come down from heaven on the earth in the sight of men.
What do you think that's talking about?
That right there?
No, we mentioned it before. That's a future prophecy.
Oh.
We mentioned it before.
When you bring fire down? Oh, the chariots? When the chariots come?
Japan.
Oh, the Hiroshima.
Exactly. That was the first time it ever happened in the earth. They dropped it. I don't think it was a nuke. It was an atomic bomb. An atomic bomb. Yeah. So that was the first time it ever happened. Killed 100,000 people. Now, obviously, Japan's over there still suffering, but
it was a nuke, but it was
an atomic bomb. Exactly. So that was the first time it ever happened. He dropped it on 2 countries in Japan, or 2 cities in Japan.
It was the first stage of that technology.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. So read that part again.
Okay.
And he doth great wonders, so that he maketh fire come down from heaven on earth in the sight of men.
Exactly. He dropped that bomb, and everybody, that's when America's like, oh my goodness, like they're the most powerful country on the earth. They got an atomic bomb, like damn, we can't mess with them. Go ahead.
And deceiveth them that dwell on the earth.
He deceives people that dwell on the earth. Read.
By the means of those miracles which he had power to do in the sight of the beast.
Exactly. What was you gonna say?
Robert Oppenheimer. He was one of the guys.
Oppenheimer.
Oppenheimer. He worked on the thing, and when they actually successfully did their first test, he did it. He was on TV and he said something. He was like, "I have become the destroyer of worlds," or something like that.
He was quoting Vishnu.
Yeah, he was quoting the Hindu thing. He was quoting the Hindu
goddess.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, they steal everything from everybody. So
they steal everything.
Go ahead.
And deceiveth them that dwell on the earth by the means of those miracles which he had power to do.
Exactly. They thought it was a miracle. Like, damn, like who has this type of technology? Go ahead.
In the sight of the beast, saying to them that dwell on the earth, that they should make an image to the beast, which had the wound by a sword and did live.
Exactly. They're talking about that picture. The image of the beast. That's what they represented when they came over here initially. That's how they conquered this place. America is Babylon, mystery Babylon. The beast that's talking about in Revelations. Read.
And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast.
Go ahead.
That the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast shall be killed.
Exactly. You don't want to worship the image of the beast, you're going to be killed. It's pretty simple.
Isn't that what they did? That's what they did, right? Yeah.
Exactly. Exactly. That's what Roman Catholicism is. They built this image up back in what, 1492? Went throughout all the earth and killed people that didn't want to bow down to it. So go ahead.
And he causes all, but small, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark on their right hand.
Go ahead.
Or in their foreheads.
Mark of the beast. Read.
And that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name.
Number of his name. The mark of the beast is what? RFID chip.
The RFID
chip. The microchip. They talking about putting in people's hands. Read that part again.
So that's evil?
That's, you don't want to take the mark of the beast. If you take that chip, it's automatic destruction. You just signed your death away. Yeah, you sealed your death.
And that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number, or his name.
Exactly. So if you don't have this chip, once the economy crashes, once the famine hits, you gotta have that mark of the beast. They're gonna put everything on that chip. They're gonna put your name, your medical history, your money on that chip. And that's what they want. They want total control. So if you go off, they're gonna put that little cyanide in it. They're gonna kill you with it. They're gonna release it in your blood system, you'll be dead.
So that's saying that you're gonna be sold again?
No.
This label?
No. It's probably gonna have a GPS in there and everything.
Of course. Exactly. They have it already. They just haven't implemented it worldwide or nationwide.
Yeah, I heard they got it in some one of them other European countries.
Yeah, exactly. Holland, I think it's Holland or
people are happy about it.
It's Denmark or something like that.
Yeah. Then they got it in Wisconsin too. Wisconsin, they implemented it like some of their businesses out there.
Oh yeah, I've seen that on the news too. Yeah,
exactly. They trying to do these false flags as far as the hacking, about the hacking of target cards and things like that. They're setting it up that way. This whole Bitcoin situation. It's all precursors to all that. They're trying to get people used to, go cashless, go paperless. Nah, we gon' do what we need to do until that time comes. Stack up on rations if we need to and survive. Exactly. Get your water, get your canned food. Exactly. Do all that.
We know it's talking about that because we actually go into the Greek, man. Some people saying it's not that, but we know it's that because in the Greek it says charagma, man.
Definitely.
It's talking about actually puncturing and
impalement. It's talking about an impalement or an imprinted mark.
Oh shit.
It's not talking about nothing spiritual. It's talking about an imprinted mark and impalement. And that's what they do with the chip. They impale it into your hand. So it's implanted in you. So you can't get rid of it. But go ahead. Yeah, keep reading that. It's going to mention the 666 thing. But go ahead.
Here's wisdom. Let him that had understanding count the number of the beast.
Count the number of the beast, read.
For it is the number of a man.
Of a man, go ahead.
And his number is 603 score and 6.
603 score and 6. So 603 score and 6 is what 20. The score is 20. 603 score and 6. So 20, 600, 20, 20, 20 and 6. 666. So yeah. The lie about to cut off in like 4 minutes, but but yeah,
I'm glad I came.
I'm start over in a second, but they just gave me a little warning, so cut off in 3 minutes. So yeah, if y'all have any other questions, y'all can get them out real quick. I might start another live if y'all still want to continue, but
I just got hella hungry. I want to stay, but I just got hella hungry, man. I gotta go back to Oakland tonight too. Man, I want to stay, man.
Well, you say you in Lyft, but yeah, you can text me, brother, call me. I'm gonna upload this video later on tonight, but I don't want to end this prematurely. So I'm just going to smooth out. Actually, yeah, it says 2:55. So
Do you guys believe in reincarnation? Is that
regeneration. Regeneration.
Because reincarnation is like being reborn in animal.
Yeah, exactly.
Regeneration, we believe that we come back into our family line.
Exactly, to an actual body. Yeah, that's in the Bible.
Because I was watching a video. They were basically saying that reincarnation, regeneration is not biblical, right? And I got a bunch of verses because they were breaking it down.
They go against it?
Yeah, they go against it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so
I can guess which one you're gonna start with. Maybe.
Let me.
29. Exactly. That's still simple. Okay. But go ahead. What you got?
Well, one of them is Elijah coming back, saying that Elijah was going to come back.
Yeah, John the Baptist. Yep, that's in the Bible.
But then there's a verse where it says that he came back in
he didn't
spirit.
know.
he came back in spirit. He didn't come back as an actual, as his actual soul didn't come back. It was like John came back as Elijah, but in spirit. You know?
Of course. That's the only way he can come back.
Let me try to
Yeah, you're not gonna be. You're gonna be renamed whatever your parents name you. That's spirit.
Exactly. You're saying spirits in you. That's what it's talking about. Your flesh is just a vessel. Yeah, it's the same thing. Get out of here. Shalom, brother. I hit you up in the chat.
I don't be get. It don't look like I'm in there on my phone. I don't know.
You got the messenger?
Yeah, it says I'm not in no group.
You got the email? The courses on the email?
Yeah.
Well, just text me when you're ready for the test. You can text me your questions. Obviously, you've been here, 2 weeks in a row, so I know you're dedicated. But
yeah.
You got a smartphone, right? You got a smartphone?
Yeah.
Just text me, and I'm gonna let you know when I hit you up in the messenger and see if you get it.
All right.
And then just hit me up and text me though.
Okay. Yeah, do you understand what I'm saying? No, because like it's the same spirit. It's the same spirit.
That's how you know it's him. You're not gonna be in the same body, of course not. You're gonna be the same type of spirit you had. Just like we were regenerated into the bodies I have now.
Well,
I don't know how long.
I didn't know what it meant by spirit. I didn't know what it meant. I thought it meant that he was gonna be like similar.
It's just a spirit. It's just a spiritual thing. That's why only Yahweh could tell who it was, because he had a spiritual power from God. He was the only one that could tell that was him, because he had all authority over his spirit. But yeah, this thing about we're gonna close out and we'll start it again. We're gonna give all praises, all and glory to Yahweh by Shemi Al Shai. Say Shalom.